right, welcome in builders and night owls alike. Sorry for the little late start time today. I had something come up that needed to happen, so it just took me a hot minute to get back and get set up and ready to go. We're coming in hot here. I didn't really have any time today to do much play testing or anything. I've got a couple different ideas of what we might do for our playthrough here. I'll give people a second to hop on in, and then we will decide what we want to do. See, a couple people were chatting here. Hey, Merrilyfish, good to see you, man. You finished your move? And Callie, good to see you. As the little ones lay down to sleep, hunting season. That's right. You gotta put all the little life suckers to bed before you can go out and do your main vampire thing. Hopefully everyone's had a decent day. Here in the US, it was Veterans Day. Got a chance to go visit my dad. He is a veteran. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and hop on in here. It looks like everything's up and running all right. Give me a shout out if anyone's awake. Maybe rather slow tonight, I have a feeling. Okay, so Thones of Blood is a very cool DLC. I still maintain what a missed opportunity that they didn't release this in October, because it would have been so on theme. I'm going to show off two ideas I have that kind of make use or show off different mechanics that they've added in this. As I mentioned, I didn't really have time to play test either of these. Normally I try to do at least a little bit of making sure my ideas aren't completely crazy. This time it didn't happen. Hey, bro. Blood for the Blood Tower, Skulls for the Skull Foundation. Deal. Okay, so I've got two different ones here as ideas. So the first one here, what's the best way to show this? Probably just the mouse over here. So the first one here is Dolve Thorn. This is a... is this the best way to show this? I'm not sure what this is. Let's actually go to edit. Let's do it this way. So this one is using humans that are going to use shrinking back mounts, adaptable, and some extra HP. The reason being is that they are going to be feudal and they are aristocracy. I didn't play through any of the aristocracy when feudal got their rework, and vampire nobles kind of fits right on theme there. This one also is kind of interesting because you basically have these feudal houses. Each one of your heroes essentially, as a governor, leads their own house, and you get special bonuses by running around with members from their house. One thing of note here is that you get extra experience, which is really good for feudal type stuff. For the traits here, my idea on this one is I kind of want to build a vampire aristocracy, and I want to kind of go for the expansionist victory, which is something I've only ever done like maybe once. So the idea here is imperialists. We're just going to build a nice cluster of cities, each with our own little vampire noble that runs them. And then to wit, we're also going to take prolific swarmers because that makes it cheaper to get food. Food ties in well with some of the vampire mechanics where we have thralls just like the Eldritch do, but rather than capturing them, we like the organic homegrown thralls. So we get that via food production. And then that kind of ties in with we're going to need big cities if we're going to try to do an expansionist victory. The tier 1 bonus is not bad. Our shielded units get an extra level. These guys, if they get high enough level, they turn into a knight, I believe. And that'll be really nice. They're pretty solid tier 1 units, but the main thing with them is actually getting them to upgrade. And as you can see here, other than our peasants and our archers, everything else that we would have in our roster will be flying because we took those bats. Just again, kind of on theme. And feudal really likes having mounts because of this. Everything else except for these two can fly. Our starting tome will be Tome of Blood. We are an elder vampire.
Reveal yourself.
Who is this guy? Pretty interesting, I would say. Our second choice tonight. Boy, I did not plan this out. You're gonna make me click through literally everything to get out of this menu?
What is your people's form?
Okay. Our second option for tonight is Sanguine Sundrinker. This is using both the new vampire and the reworked dark culture. Obviously, I have not done anything with the new one today. These ones
What is that?
Boy, there's got to be a better way to show this off. Is my finalized screen better? No, it sure isn't. All right. Using the dark ones, and these ones are more offensively minded, so strong, and I went with Hideous Stench. I think this is more of like a curse aura in my mind, but the reason being for the status resistance, which ties in really well to the Dark Cult of Tyranny. This is, again, the reworked dark culture, and this side of things, units weaken enemy status resistance, and this is important because we're going to want to do a whole bunch of bleeding as going with the vampire path stuff, so this will help us actually get bleeds off. Bleeds are kind of on the weaker side of things. We also have the Aura of Tyranny. All of our units will just also give them minus status resistance, and the new rework has a lot of ways of doing that also. And Exploit Vulnerability is pretty dang nice. So this is yeah, just I think all of our units will get this. We can inflict status vulnerability and we can heal ourselves. It's pretty darn nice. We'll get some more healing when we do a vampire transformation for our people too. This one does give us a -1 Whisper Stone. We gain extra sea stability by executing heroes. But we go over to society traits.
What defines their society?
This one here, I want to go again, maybe with the expansionist or maybe just a domination victory. We're going to take Visions of Ruin, and we're going to go for the Chaos version. I believe the end reward of doing this vision is that it throws the entire world into war except for your vassals. So the idea here is that we would go for the new tyranny mechanic where we can kind of like force vassalage on people, and we would use our Silver Tongue here, again, just kind of down that like evil vassal theme. And then we would try to throw the world into disorder and break up all the goody two-shoes and be able to beat them that way. So those are going to be our two choices. These are also just a little... Scions of Eclipse is the name of the faction. I almost made the Scions of Patria, for anyone who knows what that faction is and where that's from. I may do a Scions of Patria at some point, because you could totally do that in this game. So those are our two options. So feudal kind of vampire aristocracy with Dolv, or we could try out the new Dark with Sanguine. Let me catch up on chat now because I was ignoring you guys. I gotta throw somebody on screen, and we'll see what people's opinions are on this. Hey Drew, good to see you. My dad's a vet. Yes, he is. He is a Vietnam vet. Yes. So he is 79 years old and slowing down. Definitely slowing down. Callie says, hit the VFW hall here today, connected back up with a few other vets. Nice. Are you a veteran yourself? Yeah, my dad used to love to go down and get a beer at the VFW. Unfortunately, a little health-wise, not doing good enough to do that much anymore. What is the VFW? Veterans of Foreign War. It's like a veterans group. Vampires not so masquerading. No, there's no masquerades here. Only ballroom parties. I always loved when I turned 21 because my dad and I could go down to the VFW hall because he could get me in. It was my favorite place, actually. Good to get out and ponder life and have a chat? Yeah, for sure. Okay, I have one vote for Dolv. Navy in the 90s, nice. Yeah, I have one of my cousins was in the Navy, and then he left, and then he was gonna join back up, and they were gonna, I think they were gonna bring him back in at a lower rank, and then the Army was like, well, we'll bring you in at equal rank to what you left with, so he rejoined the Army for like 20 years. He's actually retiring next year, so yeah, he'll have a full service record. Okay, I've got one vote for Dolv. If I don't have any other votes, we're heading in with that one. So yeah, I think this will be pretty interesting. I like the idea of the aristocracy with the vampire thing. It'll be kind of interesting. The vampires actually can siphon XP from their other heroes, so it'll be again just like really thematic vampire. Bruh says Dolv also. All right. I'm gonna give you guys like 30 more seconds and we're gonna go for it. I may do a video series of whichever one we don't do or something else. I've been meaning to try to do some Age of Wonders videos and see if they'll perform at all. So maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do that. Okay, I don't see any other strong opinions, so we will hop on in with Dolv. So just to recap that, we're starting with our Vampire Tome. We are in charge of some humans that are hardy, adaptable, and we ride shrieking bats. We are feudal aristocracy. We are prolific swarmers and imperialists. This is a sketchy one. If we get a really crappy map roll, I may re-roll. My one little tiny test I did, I started on a peninsula, which is absolutely terrible for imperialists. So if we get something ridiculous, we will re-roll that. Okay, let's roll ourselves up a map here. I do like custom realms.
Here, you can create your own
We're gonna
realm
customize it. All right. Generally speaking, I like Pangea if I don't have a... Okay, yes, narrator. So they added a bunch of new player onboarding things, and I don't know why, but it's like, do you want to skip those? I was like, no, I'd love to see them again. That was not the right call. That was not the right call. I like Pangea, generally speaking. We're going to stick with the same basic stats. This seems to allow me to finish in 3 to 4 streams, which feels about right. Just like in Dominions, I actually don't like the super big, super long games. I kind of get, I'm going to say bored or just ready to move on to a new idea towards the end. And I like that it just finishes. The game finishes and I can move on while still actually finishing the game. So we're going to stick with that. We're going to go, anything else? There is a new realm here, the Sunless Highlands. This realm consists of mountains and sunless heartland that gets colder towards the edges. We have sunless, snow and ice. There's some ashlands, chasm and lava, and some sand. I think we're just gonna do it with a regular area. I don't think we're gonna do anything crazy there. I don't think I want... No, I think we're gonna leave this just as is. We could do an unknown trait, but then again, some of these are pretty painful, I will say. Some of these are pretty painful. Russ says, I like some medieval vampires. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Did you say swarm? So send out the puny mortal humans as convert? Yep. Until we can transform them into our vampire minions. Presence trait, again, I don't generally like a lot of these. They're interesting, but they're much more of like a... I don't want to call them on rails, but like a themed run. So I think we're going to skip that. I'm not going to do seals. I do want there to be an underground. We suffer as a vampire by fighting in the sun. So having an underground where we could fight early on could be pretty nice. We also are okay with the umbral stuff. Let's do Wondrous Pass and just have some more wonders than normal. No, I don't think we're going to force any of those. Let's add the crystal dwelling. I do think that's kind of cool. We may or may not end up interacting with that. Generally, I do like low population, but we will probably like the idea of having some free cities out and about. So I think we'll leave that one alone. Making you think you should watch the 80s movies, The Lost Boys. Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, I think that's it. We're just gonna play a pretty basic one here. Nothing too crazy. In advance, I do want to come in here. This is one of the things I absolutely love that they added. So I want rare Dragon Lords, I want rare Eldritch, I want rare Storm, I want no other vampires. We're gonna be the only vampire here. Rock Giant King. I wish there was just I want no other vampires. We're the only vampire here. We're gonna end up with a bunch of giants just the way this works. I wish there was just one setting for giants and then like subsettings or something. Because there's only gonna be 5 of us, right? Like, I don't want them all to be giants. Which culture did we pick? We decided to go with the feudal aristocracy. Just on theme for vampires. But that also means that my thumbnail was correct, so hoo-ha there. Okay, very bare basic realm. Do I want to save it? No, that's fine. We can always do it. Custom, we are going to be dull. Just for Warasi here, this is what we're playing. So, vampires, humans, we're adaptable, we're hardy. We have shrieking bat mounts, which will be pretty cool for feudal. I don't think they have any special traits, but they're flying mounts, so that'll be pretty darn nice. Yep, our ambition is steward. I don't know, this is okay. I don't know, some of these are just so much harder than other ones to complete, and I don't want to just take the really easy ones like the Seafarer or the Delver one every time. So I want to try to get something different. And my idea here is that we're not good, but we're like lawful evil. Like, we just want to have our dominion that we are Iron Fist in charge of, and nobody else is allowed to mess with us. So that is going to be the Rose Court here. Yeah, no problem. Like I said, normally I try to at least play through a little bit of the early game with a new faction that we're going to play, but today just did not. The stars did not align. I had too much going on. So this is going to be by the seat of our pants. So it'll be interesting. All right. Doll of Thorn, Tome of Blood, right? This is a very interesting tome. All the new ones this time around. Although, I mean, let's be honest, all their tomes are pretty cool, but they are really starting to outdo themselves on some of these. We are Feudal Aristocracy. I've never played Aristocracy, so this will be a first time for me. So that'll be pretty interesting. I will say I am bribable. I believe when we make new heroes, they're going to be in charge of their house. So if you are interested in that, feel free to bribe me. We have Imperialists. Yep. Let's hop on in. Starting magic, we have the Rite of Bloodletting. Target friendly unit sustains 5 unblockable physical damage. All units within 2 hexes sustain 10 physical damage, gain 2 bleeding for 3 turns. And we have Call Militia. Summon 2 militia in target-owned city. Actually, kind of a strong spell. Let's immediately open our tome. Show tome library. This is a Shadow Tome. All right, I just want to show this off. So this is the Tome of Blood, right? It is Chaos and Shadow. Also, that artwork is just chef's kiss. Love it. Our unique special province is Draft. I think this is going to be pretty good. I'm so terrible about building these. Unfortunately, it's a conduit, so that sucks. Conduit's kind of the worst one, in my opinion. But 15 Draft, we are going to need to... The way Aristocracy works is the noble of that city wants to lead units that were recruited in that city. So we're going to need a lot of draft because we're not going to be able to do what I normally do, which is like one main recruitment city that just gives everyone their units. So I figured this would actually work out okay. I mean, I was going to take it anyways, but this figure's okay. And we're going to want a lot of food because A, I want high pop. We may try for the expansionist victory. We'll see if that happens or not. But even if we don't, we get the thralls based on food, is my understanding. So that'll play into that. And then when victorious in battle, gain 10 mana. That's not terrible, especially if we can get this up kind of early. Other things that we have, we'll have to research these. Target friendly units sustains 5 unblockable physical damage. Then all adjacent units gain strengthen for 3 turns. So strengthen is just extra damage. And lifesteal. This unit's attack heals it for 10 temporary hit points. For repeating attacks, only 5 are healed. I believe that's 5 per hit. So pretty darn nice on that. That's a really nice, really early heal. Blood Drinking Blades. We do extra physical damage on melee. And when we strike a unit who is bleeding, we heal for 2 temporary hit points. So just, again, just more and more of that temporary healing. Effects are increased for single shot. Blood Cultist. Very strong looking... Battle Mage unit, which is something we don't have as a feudal. We have Hemorrhage Bolts, which is a really good way to deals extra damage per bleeding, so take advantage of all that bleeding we're going to hopefully be doing. Scarlet Plague, super interesting again. So enemy, they get the damage, but they gain 2 blood parasites. And blood parasites, you take 4 physical damage each turn. You replace and count as bleeding, but ignore status effect immunity bleeding. So, oh my goodness, we're getting all off the beaten track here. So that means that things that are immune to bleeding can get blood parasites, if I'm reading this correctly. And if the unit dies, we spawn a blood maggot, who is a 60 HP fighter unit that can eat corpses. So should be pretty interesting there. Any kind of summons is always powerful. Flesh Carved Runes, again, minor race transformation. 5 HP regen, great in the early game. Attack and debuff abilities. Ignore 1 status resistance per stack of bleeding. So remember, bleeding or the blood parasites, either one will count for that. And we can ignore up to 5 status resistance. So things like dominate from our vampires should be able to hit really well once we get things bleeding. And then sanguine focus, magic attacks of enchanted unit get +1 physical, and then have a chance to do bleeding. I don't know why bleeding has such a low base chance of applying. It's one of the problems with bleeding normally. Normally bleeding is kind of considered like the worst one to have. Hopefully this will change that. We shall see. Okay, so, in fact, actually, while we're there, what do we have for choices? We could get our blood cultist. That'd be pretty strong. We could get the extra bleeding. We could get the extra regen. Oh man, all of those are excellent. I kind of like the idea of the extra world healing, if I'm being honest. That is so nice in the early game when we're trying to clear the map. Let's go ahead and we'll try to grab that. All right, we can see here. Oh, boo! Our random extra unit was an archer. That sucks. It was a 50-50 whether it would be one of the shield guys or one of the archers. The archers don't fly. As you can see here, 32 movement compared to 40. So that's on the suck side for us. Okay, how did we do on spawn also? This seems like it's going to be fine. Okay. I just wanted to make sure, since we're Imperialist, I need other cities to be able to touch us. So I didn't want to be in like a corner or a peninsula. Shag off on the roof. I wonder if you can make vampire dragons yet. I don't think the race transformations apply to any of the dragon units, so the answer should be no. Going by the country, gonna get me some leeches. There you go. Hope you feel better. Feed upon the peasantry, that's right. Extra bleed, a heart bleeder. Yeah. Okay, you... No. You. Let's go grab that. Okay, good. Ooh, magic materials right here. Kind of a hard fight, if I'm being honest. These guys have convert, which really sucks. That still probably is doable. And then we have coast. That's not the worst. I wish it was a little further away, but that does mean that we can get the coastal buildings, which are really good for food. All right, let's continue that way. We are... I mean, I'd basically call us middle of the map. Probably the worst starting place, if I'm being honest. But it is what it is. Okay, we have... If I call militia right now... It is 60 gold and 60 cast points, so I could not get it up this turn. Would not be a bad one, though. It doesn't use mana, so that wouldn't really put me behind. Yeah, let's charge that up. They're not good units, but they're just fast early game units. So we'll get that started. All right, now one thing here. I mentioned before, we are... So if we take a look at Dolv Thorn here, this beautiful, almost like glowing stained glass look armor. I like that quite a bit. I took the blood orb, 60% chance to inflict bleeding. And the main reason I went with this is because it lets him be on a mount right now. Later on, we can actually gain flying. And then that means we also could take a staff if we wanted. Class-wise, we went warlock. It just seems to kind of fit for him. Hopefully we'll be able to make some cool like melee vampires too, but I think for the leader I thought that was pretty good. We have Siphoned Blood, deals damage to target unit and heals for 50% of damage dealt. It's a range 3. Cannot target units that are immune to bleeding, just something of note. We have Experience Drain. Elder Vampire steals 20% of experience from all of their turned vampires. I believe that's going to be all of our heroes, if I understand that correct. We gain Heartless, we lose less morale change stuff. We are a Liege Lord. This hero is the Liege Lord of their house, granting them and their house units -10 upkeep, heal for 5 on the world map, stacking nicely with our vampire power there. In battle, they and the units of their house gain 10 HP and 5 morale. So that's pretty nice. We have Sunlight Weakness. Unit cannot regenerate and has -20% damage unless in the underground gloom or sunless terrain. We have Umbral Malady immunity, and we have Vampiric regeneration. At the end of combat, regain 5 HP. So this is the Shadowland. That was a whole big spiel to talk about that. This is the Shadowland, and we have a building that can spread it. The Desecration Chambers, otherwise known as the Public Restroom. Every turn, one province within or adjacent to the domain alters to sunless terrain. So here's my thing. Do we build this first and fast because it's going to suck fighting outside of the sunless? But that's going to put us down. That's going to put us behind, because what I'd really like to do is build a workshop and get the extra production up and running. We could drop it and rush it. I'm going to feel pretty poor if we do that. It also doesn't have any boost on it, which kind of sucks. Okay, hunting grounds is draft and food. So I think we either go workshop or we go desecration chamber. The workshop looks like it's slow, but we're going to build a farm and that'll speed us up a lot. If we go desecration chambers, I think I might start with a quarry, if I'm being honest. We might start with a quarry because that'll help get this built faster. Right now we are doing 21 production. This requires 70. This would add 5 more, so 26. That would lower it by 1 turn. Babble with the terrible luck as usual. I mean, if I didn't have bad luck, I'd have no luck at all, bruh. Absolute drip, yes. The vampire cosmetics are amazing, by the way. I really like it. I also really like, so I didn't show it off, but you can pick the elder vampire race, which has a little bit more range between like humanoid and bat-looking vampires, or you can pick a race transformation look, aka I'm a tiger man vampire look or an orc vampire look. You can look like all the other species basically, rather than this. In this lore, there is specifically an elder vampire race, if that makes any sense. Okay, I'm not seeing any suggestions here, so I think we're gonna go quarry on the sheep, and we're gonna go desecration chamber. I think that's what we're gonna do. All right, yeah, 3 turns if we don't get any other bonuses, but that's gonna help us a ton, hopefully. Get that sunless spreading, because it's gonna hurt, I have a feeling. Also, man, I'm so disappointed that we got double archer and we did not get the extra sword guy. To wit, I think we are gonna build a sword guy. Yeah. Okay, so again, we want to be careful where we move. This is pretty juicy. I don't have the ability to go on the water yet. What is that? Food, maybe? That would be pretty nice to get, especially because we didn't go early farm. We're definitely taking this fight. What do you have? Okay, a werewolf fledgling, a carrion bird, and a houndmaster. This is actually kind of a hard fight. That houndmaster is going to summon in a unit. Okay, step 1, you can engage the fight for us. So fly to there. Yeah, look how little movement that used. The benefit of having flying units. That's why I'm so disappointed in these archers. All right, I got to remind myself. Can we reach here? No. Can we reach there? No. Yes. Okay. And we will take the fight. And of course, I like the manual combat, generally speaking, so we're going to fight a lot of these. I'm going to be rusty. I'm just going to pre-warn you guys. We'll get back into it, though. I'm sure it's going to be like riding a bike with fangs. Still surprised he got that good outfit with the flare as a male, because usually the girls get the fashion. Yep. Young Babel, when he would play MMOs, always played the female characters because they actually had cool armor, instead of the guys that's just like, I wear a breastplate. That's it. It's just a breastplate. Okay. Man, it really stinks that we only got the one. Okay, so watching our movement. Yeah, we're gonna be safe. we're not going to be too crazy here, and we're just going to shimmy closer. Get our support unit in there. Our leader. I feel relatively comfortable grabbing the lucky sunflowers here. Nothing in range. Now we do have the bannermen. And I forgot, this got changed. I was used to this being a PBAOE, but it's not anymore. So it always hits, it's a range 1, target friendly unit gains 25 temp HP and 10 morale. So I just need to remember that it works differently than how I remember it working before. Alright, come into my parlor. Okay, they shimmy closer. Not great. They are in range. They are not in range. Yeah, this is gonna be rough. We only have one melee unit to try to pin all these things down. I think we're gonna pin here just to not let him do a big charge. Yeah. Alright, I may or may not actually attack with him. I guess we can attack and then we can still give him temp HP. So that'll be fine. These guys are probably gonna run... Okay, we don't really have good shots there, so we're gonna have to do the full move. Alright, let's start pinging away at the guys who are not based. Because they're gonna fly somewhere and be annoying. Alright, again, let's try not to make it so it's super easy for them to base every single one of my units. Man, I can't get over how bad this starting army is. What is this, Dominions? Okay. Alright, I think our leader's gonna have to tank a hit or two for us, so we're gonna fly here and take the lucky for at least the extra... Yeah, for at least the extra crit chance. Hey, there we go. At least got A bleeding up and running. Alright. Do your one little dinky hit. And then, of course, we get hit. And then you... I don't even think I want to use the ability here, because if I do, we're not going to heal enough. I also want to go somewhere where he can't base all of my units. I guess here to protect those two. I don't love that. Alright, blap him. That was a pretty bad turn, if I'm being honest. Now, we could hit ourselves for 10 damage here and give them a bunch of bleeding. We could hit everybody with that. I don't think they can kill this unit. Do it. Yeah. I mean, that was 45 damage plus bleeding for 10 damage on our end. I think that's probably worth it. I do love this kind of playstyle where you're like hurting your own units for buffs and debuffs and then using like healing to get it back, and yeah, definitely my playstyle. So every time we play, I seem to end up with stinky units. So I just really like debuffs. I don't know why. That's just how my mind works in games. Okay, well, they didn't... Never mind. I was gonna say they didn't base everybody, but then they did. They didn't base everyone until they did. Hopefully we can clear those guys off these archers. Okay, we actually didn't end up taking like any damage on the unit I was really worried was gonna get killed, so that is a thing. Okay, if we clear these guys, then these guys clear these guys, and then these guys clear those guys. Okay, I got a plan. I got a plan. Fly over here and kill that. I will say, one thing that Age of Wonders has done so well in this version, you're able to just have wacky, cool things right at the beginning of the game. I felt that really strongly with the Giants. Like the giants are just like, whoa, like they're so big, what the heck? And same here with like being able to start with flying bat mounts. Like so many games would never let you do this. Never let you do this to have something cool like that. Okay, unfortunately, we're not gonna just kill. That's what I was kind of hoping. Remind me, what are you hitting him with? Sundered defense. Not gonna be particularly relevant here, unfortunately. All right, then if you could finish him off. Oh, you can't. That makes me very sad. Maybe we could finish him off, though. All right, we'll fly closer. We'll go for the finish of him. Got him. That frees up our leader, who can then finish him off. There we go. One thing I love about the early game combat in this game, too, I feel like I'm solving puzzles. Like, I really enjoy this combat. I don't enjoy the late game combat nearly as much when it feels like either you just replace your whole army with high tier units, and that's literally it, that's the strategy, or the battles are so big and so long that I just don't find them interesting. You just have, what is it, like 18 on 18, plus probably 5 or 6 summons on each side. They just become too unwieldy. Okay, we don't have a good shot no matter where I go, so let's go over here and get the sunflower buff. And we'll just try for the extra crit, maybe. No crit. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that turn. I'm very happy we did that bleed. I think that really paid off. Hey, Gantoth. Ooh, nice. Just picked it up today. The new blood tomes look great. Less impressed by the new ruler type. The sunless penalties look harsh. We shall see. I didn't have any time to play test, but yeah, 20% on like everything does hurt for sure. I like that though, because why don't you play an underground vampire? I love things like that you can just sidestep the problem. Okay, so here, there's no point in temp healing unless we want the morale. There really isn't a point. You're archers, so you're not going to hit back. Let's fly over here. We don't have any like damage bonuses or anything that matter at the moment. Okay, cool. That worked. I'm gonna call this fine as long as Mr. Vampire can make it back to friendly territory. Oh yeah, yeah. I will say being on a bat definitely helps being able to get back to the sunless territory to heal. All right, now I would like to know what that is. Okay, I have plenty of movement left here. So if we do, give me him, pop you out. Okay, you move here because stupid humans and their stupid feet. All right, we have 25. I want to make sure I can get back to Healy territory, but I do. Ooh, hey, hello. All right, so this is our free city. Now we could go a couple routes here. I think we will probably go the friendly route with these guys. They have a magic material. Man, that's unfortunate. Is that the same one? Oh no, never mind. It's a different one. Okay. I don't think we want to attack and conquer in this case. I think we're gonna be friendly here. So we'll throw our Whispering Stone that direction. All right, this is what I was actually trying to see. So we have a Death Beetle. Those are a little bit painful because they like to burrow and then blow up in your face. So you're almost guaranteed to take like 30, 40 damage from them. And a Wild Speaker. Okay, again, he'll conjure an animal in our face. Moving the humans through this much forest would be really difficult. This will be a lot quicker to move them around on. If I do this fight, I don't see another fight nearby. Yeah, I think we're going to head to the west. All right, fly on back. Our leader. Now, I don't think there's a reason at the moment that my leader needs to be in my stack. So we will just get the most movement for him next turn by going over here. So we're back in the Sunless Land. We're going to get all that nice healing. I don't suppose... No. Can I do it this way? I want to see if it tells me... Yeah, total world map regeneration 30 per turn while we're here. 25 in Friendly Dominion and 5 for the Liege. Yeah, I think stacking that healing is going to be useful, especially when we're further away from our territory. That's going to hurt a lot. Okay, they've moved as far as they can. We have a unit queued up and most of the way done. We could rush him. We'll just rush him next turn. Probably will. That was really painful only having one melee unit. Playing Imperial Guard here, apparently. Alright, meeting the neutrals. Oh my gosh, you were a woman. Duchess Aisha, I thought that was just an ugly dude. Duchess Aisha de Grants of the Free City Dinvolton greet you for the first time. Salutations, Elder Sire of the Rose Court. We, Rose Court, humbly ask you to respect our Dinvolton territory and independence. Alright, goodbye for now. Apparently we have like a splinter faction. We don't like that. We're gonna have to bring you back to the fold. I do think we will probably do full integration on them at some point. Now that I think about that, because we're Imperial, I am gonna want you... I am gonna want to own that city. I'm probably gonna have to attack that, actually. We'll see about that. Do maybe an early fight with them. Alright, in turn 1. Easy game. Yeah, there you go. Okay, up you, and let's go here. Not seeing any mage towers, unfortunately. I don't like that. You are awfully close. A floating formation of stone face address you. We greet you, the mountainous voice of Severino, the crystal dwelling. Oh, okay, never mind. It's crystal dwelling. That's fine. The stone face entity continues. Do not fear us, for we mean you no harm. We once shared your ambitions when we still ruled over former Merida. We are even greater now. We are the eternal sages. We observe, we chronicle, we preserve and collect all that the cosmos holds. The formation's faces show no emotion, yet there's a hopeful tone in its voice. Will you support our mission? The eternal sages seek to collaborate with you in exchange for secrets. What quest you got? The Eternal Sages greet you from within their crystalline library. Welcome, Elder Sire Dalthorn, Severino Phantasmal Hums. We predicted your interest in helping us. Curiosity and ambition define most of the Godheer, which makes you a valuable ally in our pursuit of knowledge. We chronicle and collect all there is to know about the cosmos. As we cannot leave Omen Hollow, we possess the power to retrieve what we cannot procure ourselves. The Eternal Sage concludes, will you lend us your aid? Yeah. Got a quest for me? The Eternal Sage approaches you with a request. We've discovered a location with a relic long thought lost. Food. Hand that gives is located in small monster den above. Do Mekraz. They say to you in a monotone voice, we wish to study Hand that gives and store it within our vast crystalline library. However, the small monster den is not without defenders, thus complicating the retrieval of it. The thing I like about doing this is it's just free quests, aka free kills that we can do. Oh yeah, that's pretty darn doable. We'll try to do that relatively early. Shame that we are probably heading the wrong direction. Actually, I guess we could turn around right now. We may turn around right now and just beeline that. We have a flying leader, so it's not so painful. Haunted Graveyard. Again, that's pretty painful. Night. Hi. Bruh says, how is your overly complicated EU5 tutorial? Well, I managed to do the base tutorial in 2.1 hours. I did not do the mission tree at the end of it. And I dinked around a little bit on Castile and Naples. I still know nothing, Jon Snow. Silver lining, I suppose the vamp rulers do provide a reason to take the Gloom Society. Yeah, that's another cool combo. Either Underground or Gloom, maybe. Although, Gloom does the same thing as Shadow, basically. Like, you still have to spread it, so I don't think that portion of it helps as much. Dav, oh yeah, why don't you come down to your castle and face me? Random defender. Oh, wow, my lord. You wouldn't hit a woman, would you? Delve? That's a woman? Why is Squidward stone statue? I was facing... Okay, we do need to make a little bit of a decision here. Are we going to go for this? I like the idea of it. There's an oasis over there. We could plop another city over here. We really, really, really want to look at early cities. Like, really, really, really want to look at it. So if we have that... Yeah, we could plop it, like, right around in here. Dang it, rainbow clover again. We already have rainbow... We have rainbow clover at home, dang it. I think we're gonna do that. I think we turn this train around. Okay, let's... Okay, so we've got you. Let's pop our militia. I said let's pop our militia. Okay, so here's as far as we could get. That's fine. And meet up. Sure. Alright, now... Yeah, we could do a little shifty shift around here. We can put the walkie people in their own little group. Alright, unfortunately, this means we're not going to get a fight this turn. It is what it is. Okay, we already moved there, we already moved there. I probably don't want another set of those guys at the moment. I think I almost want a third defender just because they can fly. Then again, I can't really transfer units to a different city, so maybe not. Let's grab another scout. So we got 2 turns on the desecration chambers, 2 turns on the expansion. Yeah, where does it show my rolls? I thought that this thing was going to show me that, but that is not the case. Maybe I need to unlock... Maybe I need to unlock thralls on our leader. Let me look. Okay, so it's going to be under vampires, I would assume. Siphon blood. Oh, it might also be from our wizard tower. That could be too. Okay, this is a bunch of like bites and stuns and dominates flying. Okay, now I think we're gonna go hex pack on this one to start with. So we link to an enemy unit. They get misfortune, sundered resistance, and sundered defense. This will combo in really well with the other debuffing type things we want to do. Attacks and debuffs against they always hit, and then we can ignore status resistance. Yeah. Ooh, that's pretty nice too. Although I guess they're not mutually exclusive, so. Yeah, okay, so a lot of morale options here. We already have... Wait, we already have Siphon Blood? Oh, I bet you they picked this because we are a range class. Interesting. Yeah, we would take Draining Bite if you were a melee class. Okay, I mean, that's fine. We didn't level from our fight, unfortunately. Am I cool? A bit late to stream? Well, don't worry, I was late starting, so you're not as late as you think. How we doing? I am doing all right. I am stuffed. Went out and had 8 out tonight, which is something I normally don't do. My God, American portions, am I right? I could have had half that and still been full. I don't quite question. Are you saying that either Dark Culture or Vampire Rules come prepackaged with shadowed non-sunlight? Yes, the Elder Vampire gives you this shadowed land. Can I show that? Can't get it on here for whatever reason, but yes, this dark area is shadowed land. When we build this building, and we got this for being a vampire, we will have the desecration chambers. We also get, I believe, our wizard tower. We can't show it yet, but I believe our wizard tower is different too. it's more vampire-y. If so, scratch the gloom. Well, the gloom has its own bonuses too, though. And there is something to be said about just piling on horrific terrain that you're immune to and nobody else is. If you can come up with a victory that forces people to fight in your terrain. All right, what do you want to tell me? Yeah, like I said, unfortunately, I clicked show me the tooltips again. Apparently, they did a rework of the new player onboarding, and I accidentally clicked, yeah, show me the tips. So, oops. Okay, that was a very quick turn timer. My goodness. Okay. Yoink. Locket of Channeling. 10 combat casting points. Sure. Yes, please. Okay. You are probably killable in the near-ish future. Whispering Graves. It's a silver wonder. Counts as a research post. Fine. We did take Wonders Pass, so we're going to have a lot of wonders. We have a bronze one over here. Again, not really things I care about, but that's okay. Yeah, I'm thinking we'll have another city right over here. So let's scout this out decently. Don't attack me, please, bro. I went one too far. Uh-oh. Okay, maybe some free stuff there. Oh, one other thing. For our elder, our governor track is kind of interesting. So each population grants a food, a draft, and a knowledge. It's fine. Encourages high pop. At level 2, acquiring new population and thralls requires 20% less food. So remember, we took Prolific Swarmer, so it'll cost 30% less food to get more population. At level 3, each mine grants 2 Imperium. Another reason that I think a subterranean society would be really good. Subterranean society tends to get 2 or 3 extra mines. So, would be pretty interesting there. And then at 4, unit cost minus 20% less gold draft souls to recruit. So, all right, nothing crazy there. Not as good as the giants for sure. Okay, I want my flying units to group up. And then I want the bipedals to group up. Yeah, look at how crappy their walk is. That's gonna be really annoying. All right, waddle to there. You are in range. That's gonna suck. Elementals are immune to bleeding, so we're not gonna be able to do any of our bleed shenanigans here. All right, do it. All right, we are gonna manually fight it. Hey, Michael, thank you for the gifted membership. Oh my gosh, we got it in one. 2 years in the making, and bruh has finally gotten a gifted membership. By the way, just to point it out, bruh said I was correct. He did have to turn on accept gifts. So for 2 years, I had been telling him he had to do that. Well, thank you to Michael for making bruh's dream come true. Oh, that's hilarious. I won't lie, bruh. I was hoping it was going to take them 100 gifted memberships to give you one. For no particular greedy reasons. That is hilarious. Two years in the making. That is hilarious. Oh, that's awesome. I feel like bruh getting a gifted membership should belong in the Hall of Legends. It's literally that long. Okay, at least with our stupid humans here, we actually have some more melee troops. Which will make blocking for this bajillion range things we have a little easier. These guys are all charge units, so we have to be a little bit careful here. Yeah, that's fine. To be fair, the button is sneaky. Sure, yep. Okay, now, I could still hit them for the damage. Oh, right, you're the wind dude. You're like impossible to hit with range. Alright, you're gonna end up having to come around the side, which is already annoying. All right, you go to here. All right, we can base that guy, but man, that's gonna suck for the unit that ends up there. I think I'm gonna put my support unit there, so you go here. Support unit, go here. Like I said, I really enjoy the early combat. Yeah, it doesn't really matter where this unit goes. We're not gonna have any good shots. These guys are almost all but immune to range damage. Stupid humans, your stupid bows. 30%. Please don't shoot our own units. Okay, well at least we missed and hit an enemy unit. All right, do it. Okay, that wasn't too bad. We used up the retaliations. Now our weaker units can get in there. And I don't think we need to use our banner yet, so we'll just whiff a ranged attack into them. All right, what are we gonna do with you? You are kind of pinned. You're gonna basically have to fight one of these two guys. So I think we're gonna have to pin this guy. And if that's the case, then I probably just want to go here and not let him get a running start for bonus damage. Kind of a crap turn for him. All right, turn that way, go defensive mode. All right, same thing for our leader. Unfortunately, our ranged attack's just not gonna be good in this fight. Let's go up to here. I mean, that's not terrible. Do it. Blood explosion. I mean, that's still 45 damage. Well, 40 to the enemy and 5 to us. Even without the bleed, I still think that's probably worth our time. And he's got plenty of HP to spare. Don't be a wussy. Have a unit that can still act. Oh, that's right, because I spelled. If I do the Siphon Blood, is that a ranged spell? I can't siphon it because Storm Spirits have no blood. Right. Alright, I'd love to shoot this guy, but at a 5%, it's more likely I hit my own units than the enemy. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna hit somebody that we can't friendly fire on. Yeah. Womp womp. Alright, my cool. Have a good evening, man. That'll be it for me tonight. Gonna keep the stream up while I sleep for the ad revenue. I generally don't run ads unless I take a break, but I appreciate the watch time. Have a good Thursday. Okay, so he went in on that guy. Interesting enough. There's a 5% chance we just kill him. Tell me other lies. I think we'll shoot the 30% chance. Okay, we didn't hit ourselves. We didn't hit ourselves. Wow, we hit him twice. I'm gonna call that a victory. There's just... I'm gonna move here because there's less likely that we've hit our own units. Yeah, didn't think that was gonna happen. All right, come up here and stab. Okay, not bad, and you can finish them off. It is a little hard to see with all these bats, I will say. Work keeping me down, this whole needing sleep thing. Oh, man, you're singing my language, man. All the time, I'm like, if I didn't have to go to work, I could spend so much more time on the channel. I had some other real life things going on recently that I won't rehash here, but I felt so bad because I have so much I want to do on the channel, and I just haven't had the time. It's not even the energy, it's just pure time. I mean, I do have to sleep 5 to 6 hours a night or I'll go crazy, so yeah, let's just say I'm at 5 to 6 hours a night. Oh, whiff, whiff, whiff. All right, at least these guys are pretty weak to melee, I guess. Such that it is. Yeah, let's not do another spell here. We are going to want to be able to do that transformation right away. What unit does the bleed mechanic work? Does inanimate units get bleed? Elementals are immune, skeletons are immune, and I think automatons are immune. So all three of those are immune. Now, I believe that blood Parasite did say that we can hit things that are normally immune, but we just need Blood Parasite first. Then it'll be interesting to see if, once they have Blood Parasite, do new stacks of Bleed also become Blood Parasite? I don't know the answer to that. But if that's the case, that'll be really good for us. If it's not the case, then at least we can do something that still counts as bleeding, even if our bleed stacks themselves don't work. Have I checked the bush? We did not do any bush checks here. Okay, good kills. Good, good. Still very disappointed how slow my humans are. I don't think we can do this without them either, so that's a thing. All right, we can at least zip to here. Okay, that was some bonus. Are you going to be able to get here? You are not going to be able to get into range next turn. Man, imagine having to walk places like a plebe. All right, well, we did get some food out of that, so we can expand. Mines are, like I mentioned, going to be really good for us. We don't need them yet. We have a quarry. We're going to need a farm to do the workshop. And the workshop probably is coming next. So let's pick a spot for a farm. Don't want it to be you. Don't want it to be you. I can't do it here. Could do it here. Really don't want to be that one. I mean, you can change these, but again, I'm so horrible about doing that. Maybe we just do it for now, and I somehow remember to change this. All right, do it. I do want to creep off into this direction, so, because I need to be able to heal and spread my shadow. All right, we finally got a level up. I do think we are going to go with the Hex Pack to start us off with. Well, that's not terrible either, but I think we will grab that. Just a nice guaranteed little debuff we can make use of. We will put on our locket. Forgot about that. Done. World map regeneration. Some of your units lost HP and need time to regen. Yeah. Regrets were had. I do think I'm just committed to coming this direction, and we're going to try to drop our next city over here, so I will bring the units through. Can we do this with what I have? A razorback, a pig, and these are actually kind of deceptively damaging. I don't think I can. Right, fly to here. A annoying gremlin and a nymph. Nymphs have seduce, which is annoying. But otherwise, I feel like that's pretty doable. Those are both going to be super annoying. But we have flyers, so it's not like they're going to be able to get out of our range. I think we can take that. High risk. Oh. There was a lot more there than we saw. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. All right, we're just going to have to world map heal for a turn. Yeah, we'll take this fight next turn. Man, off to another slow start in this one. I always seem to get the roughest terrain possible when I stream, I swear. Okay, vendor. House Hunting Lounge is kind of a nice between. Gives me some draft, but also gives me some food. A second farm for an extra stonemason also can be kind of the greed build. I do like that. Let's get the draft in here. Okay, you... Let's get some more eyes on this direction. Cool. All right, we got our desecration chamber, so that will start spreading out the shadowed land. Yep, and there we go, more shadowed land. We also got another food one. Okay, we could... Oh, here's my... I know there's somebody on here, so I'm not going to be able to get the research post bonus, though. We could just grab the next farm we need down here. That would be fine. We're not going to be hurting for foresters, so that's not an issue. We do need a forester for our next bonus, though. I probably should just grab one of these has to be a forest spots. Grab that one. Okay, we have another scout. I think we're gonna go another. I do like to get a lot of scouts out relatively early. Send you zipping that way. All right, you can make it down here. All right, now I'm much more confident in being able to win this. What's the strategy for a frontline chaff that can keep up? It's the shield units. The shield units that we have are our tier 1 units. It's the shield unit and the archer unit. We just got unlucky that we started with 2 of them. We should have only started with 1 if we got lucky. We got an extra tier 1 unit from one of our society traits. It just happened that we got the archer, unfortunately. So it's going to be these flying dudes. We're just going to get rid of the archers. I'm not going to recruit anymore. Okay. So they're all coming down the middle. All right, let's build off of however far these guys can get. All right, they can't get into melee. That's fine. Go here. Because we are flyers, we can be pretty greedy in our formations here. Nice and safe spots. I'm turning so we don't get a back shot on me. You don't need to do anything yet. Yeah, we're good. Yep. Alright. Come on, skirmishers. What are you gonna do? Probably skirmish. Yeah. I suspected as much. Bleeding? Why, I too like bleeding. And a whiff. And just a defense one. Okay. That was not too bad. Okay, unfortunately we can't fly behind them. That was my big hope. So you could go there. Alright, these guys are skirmishers, so they are going to hit and run me a whole bunch. We'll zoom over here. Try to hit him with the sunder. Nice. Get that little bonus damage in there. You know, every little bit counts. Okay, other archer. We want to go probably there if we can. None of these things are going to be things that I can particularly stop, except for you. You are probably going to run around the side. Let's actually go here with my pikes, and we'll try to hold that flank. All right, then you two. One of you here. One of you there. We'll go hard on that guy. All right, before this one attacks. Go here. I want to make sure we're getting our debuffs out before we do our attacks. Resisted. Womp womp. Yeah, these swords for tier 1s are plenty durable. We're not gonna have big problems with those. Alright, now if I'm reading the map right, this is a safe spot. I'm a little disappointed in myself if that wasn't. But we'll take the 90% instead of the 50. Some more Sunder defense. Okay, I should have done him first. That's alright. Is this a physical weapon? It's not, right? It is a physical weapon. So Sunder defense does matter. Alright, we'll zip to here. We will put... Are we gonna kill this guy? No. Alright, we'll put our debuff on him. Our Warlock Curse, Hex Pact. And then we'll just bleed him, hopefully. Yep. Good start. What crop are they growing in the sunless land? Because vegetables historically require sun to be alive. Dreary wheat tomatoes. I believe roses, actually. Maybe we survived off of rose-hip tea. I'm not even being facetious. They apparently grow roses in the sunless lands here. Okay, that guy did not skirmish away, or at least I had him pinned enough he couldn't. Very nice on that. Playing as a man bat. Okay, little piggies did come up here. Alright, archers first. Oh, they may straight up kill this unit. Nice. Alright. That means that my flyer is now free. Hmm. 50-50. So you're saying there's a chance. Come on, buddy. Big hits. All right, we shot ourselves. Perfect. All right, that's that. All right, well, is what it is. Traitorous humans. I should have known better. All right, I do think we will give the temp HP here now because we hit ourselves. It also does morale, so that could be pretty handy. And then we'll land over here. And we'll just cause them problems of having to scoot around and whatnot. All right, and then you go on that side. And I guess we have a free melee unit that can go onto the piggies. Guns and roses, blood and wine too. All right, and I don't think we're gonna finish him off, but maybe if we get enough bleed on him. That's like 3 stacks. That might actually do him in. Let's see. All right, porcupines try to run away. We stab them a whole bunch. Okay, well, that was an option of a thing you could do. And the piggy does bleed. Like a stuck pig. No, just blast him. It doesn't matter who gets the kills, so as long as we get them got, then we're all happy. Let's fly down there and finish it. Easy. Alright, that wasn't too bad. A blessed dragon mount. Well, I'm cooler than that, so we won't use that at the moment. And a bunch of food. We'll take our reward. You've recovered the hand that gives. The Eternal Sages have already noticed your success and commune with you from afar. You've done well, Elder Sire. Your emissary speaks to you monotonely. We may finally unveil what secrets the hand that gives holds. They're eager to study it. Will you give it to them? We could keep it for ourselves, which would give us just some extra food and a bunch of extra production. A bunch of extra, but no, we will give it to them because we want to get the allegiance. Then... Are you a free city? Okay, so we are at... Okay, we are not to Stone Pact yet. Can we trade for anything cool? What I want is probably the Litherite Scroll. So at some point, if we can scrounge up 300 mana, we can get +1 to every affinity. This is super good. Like super duper good. I think it's a unique item. I don't think anyone else can get it if you buy it. Just food for thought. Also, we could get an empowered Gold Seeker pickaxe. Greed, anybody? Okay, so we need 300 mana. So remind me at some point when we have 300 spare mana. It's gonna be a hot minute before that happens. Okay, Oasis is extra food, so maybe we can fit another city over here. It can't be too far away because I need it to touch. Like, we need, like, Michelangelo paintings where, like, at least 2 of our territories touch. So We could go 3 to here. And then 1, 2... So we could found like somewhere in this area. We gotta be really careful that we stay in range though. Okay, I guess we could go... I want to make sure we're in range of reinforcing each other. Alright, we got some food from that, so we can expand again. I have a whole bunch of areas that need cleaning. I'm not sure I made the right call zooming off that direction. We shall see, I suppose. Alright, you're gonna grab that. Okay, we have the farm we need. We have the forester we need. I kind of want to go for the greed choice, which would be like stonemason. Getting a library early also is really nice. Surf quarter, extra draft, and even more food. Ooh. I don't need the draft at the moment though, because we haven't really had the losses. I'm really tempted by this stonemason. I'm in. I think we're gonna build it next. All right, that means I want another farm for this one. We'll grab that one. Okay. Orders, you're done. Orders. Do we not have the ability to get seafaring yet? No, we don't. I actually kind of want it so we can scout that area, but I guess the next guy can do it. How are you telling me he has stuff to do? He definitely has orders. Oh, we made it to Stone Pact. Oh, I guess we did get to Stone Pact. Okay, good. I got nothing else to say about that. In turn. Dragons are just lesser bats at the end of the day. Oof. Them's fighting words. Get the item when 300... Well, thank you, bruh. Hopefully we will remember at the time. Helm's Deep between two mountains? Yeah, kinda, sorta. Okay, you can get in range. We're going to be really careful with this guy. Although, if they die, I mean, you know, we could summon more. Yeah. Can we actually get this by chance? Okay, hold the line. It's okay. Rite of Life Leeching. So this one, we deal some damage to ourselves and we get strengthened and life steal. Blood Drinking Blades. Okay, that actually lets us get a lot more bleed out. Let's do that. We're gonna probably want all of these at some point. It's just a matter of priority. Satirical Orb. Okay, we'll take it for now. Not too impressed with that. Oh, we got the World Tree here. Okay, you, yoink. Extra food, we love to see it. We got hungry boys at home, you know? 1 turn until we're ready to expand again. We got 4 turns on the stonemason. Think of the library. And then we'll castle. And then after we castle, we're definitely gonna need the tavern. Oh my goodness. Queue up a few more things there, Babel. All right. And we do this. 50-50. We can do this. Blood Drinking Blade sounds great. Yeah, I think so too. We're probably for our second tome gonna actually pick up Tome of, is it Earth or Stone? It's one that normally isn't really very good, but it has obsidian weapons, which give ranged and melee weapons extra bleed chance and extra physical damage. So I think it's finally gotten to a point where it might actually be worth taking. After all these years. All right, I think we're gonna actually swivel and try to group up quite heavily here. Where can you get? You're gonna need to get healed. So I think we're just gonna commit to you get the first banner. So you, right there, banner him. Okay, that'll make him less likely to just get got. There. We'll be a little risky with our leader, and we'll put him a little out on the edge. We will go ahead and hit... Oh, jeez, that's a lot of them. We'll hit you. I kind of want to put it on one of the more dangerous things, but I also kind of want to put it on something that's probably going to get close enough to actually get shot in the near future. Alright, we've got a rock face here, so... Let's actually put you in some cover. There's no need for you to go closer. And then you... there. Turn that way, defend. That way, defend. Yeah, none of that's gonna do anything. Done. Could wait a turn to heal. I want to get it on cooldown so that we'll have it back. The temp HPs don't go away or anything. Regeneration. I mean, that's fine. I'm glad she got it out now. Poison. Yeah, this is gonna be rough. Yeah, see what I mean? They're definitely targeting him. No shields, and they're just weak little units. AI loves target prioritization. Okay, well, that hurt, I won't lie. I do think we could go right here and do a big blood pop. I think that's gonna happen. Is anybody in range where they're not gonna have to move around? Okay, I think everyone's gonna have to move. Yeah. Okay, he has the most HP, so we're gonna go ahead and move him here. Turn that way. Give me the big one. Okay, well, we can hit 4 of them. That's probably good enough. Oh, nope, we hit this guy out here too. Nice. Very nice. Oh, never mind. He teleported because he got damaged. Stupid little gremlins. They live up to their name is all I have to say. I also have to note, she's gonna charm somebody. So just, let's not be surprised when it happens. We are probably losing that guy. I don't think I can keep him alive, no matter what I do. Alright, I think we're going here. It kind of pins him down. I don't love how much damage that poor guy's gonna take, but it kind of pins him down and sets me up for other people to do things. Kind of sort of the same thing with you. Alright, we'll just run. Turn that way. Done. You. Alright, just run. Take your shot. This is gonna be a rough fight. This is gonna be a rough fight. Alright, well, if someone has to die, I'm glad it's gonna be you. Okay, let's not attack yet, though, because I think I have some other people. Yeah. I have some other people who can get attacks in. Okay, that's a pretty nice spot for you. Okay, you fly here, hit him. Okay, that's Sunder's defense, so at least we're gonna hit as hard as we possibly can hit. Here, we can even shoot that unit, too. Trying to weaken them down before I do my melee attack here, because we're gonna get a reprisal hit. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Alright, do your attacks. Alright, and then, dear leader. Kinda wanna go finish that guy off. Alright. We still get 2 shots, pretty decent odds. Which apparently we needed both shots, so good thing. Okay, I don't hate that. That was an okay turn. Night, Warachi. Have a good evening. those skirmishers could be trouble. Yeah, I'm more worried about the charm coming out of the dryads, if I'm being honest. Oh, jeez, those hurt. Yeah, he's dead. After getting turned around by the gremlins and flanked. Yep. That's actually not good. I was not expecting him to die. I don't love it. All right, they did group themselves up nicely, though. Okay, they're gonna teleport again, which is gonna be super annoying. All right, kind of sucks that we have to fly here, but I need this so that I can do that. All right, well, suck that 50 damage at least. All right, I'm gonna be really cognizant. Yeah, you move there. Okay, that at least gets something basing her. Do that. Man, that was disappointing we lost that shield guy. I was not expecting that. I thought we'd lose the 2 pike people. All right, can you finish it off? You can. The little humans are literally fighting for their relevancy. I would like to get this guy into that square because he can actually make use of the cover. Do that. Don't think you fire next though. We fire at him for a 90%. You could attack either one. God, they're gonna take forever to kill. She's already based though. She can't really do much while based. I think we're just gonna take this shot. Come on, please hit and please debuff. Got the hit, did not get the debuff. All right, fire into that. I need to weed these numbers down like right now. And unfortunately not gonna finish them off here. Man, that little gremlin and his little turnaround ability, we got screwed by that. All right, you get a free hit here because they can't attack back. Would that guy have bled to death? I didn't think he was bleeding, but I totally could be wrong. Totally could be wrong about that. God, would like to finish this guy off. Are you bleeding enough? Okay, you will bleed to death at the end of your turn. It's unfortunate you'll get a turn, but I think I want to start working on these, if I'm being honest. All right, fly to here and do it. I just got to lower that incoming damage. We're getting absolutely blasted. All right, one bleed stack at least. All right, bruh, have a good one, man. Oh my goodness, we're almost an hour and a half in. I'm always shocked how fast the game goes by when I am streaming. It should be noted also, I didn't call this out. They're getting this buff. Every 2 turns, they get Rally and Fortune. So we are fighting at a disadvantage from that, too. Okay. Died to the attack of opportunity, at least. Alright, stupid gremlins. Can you kill him on 1 hit? Because he's going to teleport. I didn't think so. Okay. Fly to here and then attack that. I want to try to finish in a direction so they can't back attack me. Alright, somebody's gonna have to go finish those off. Are you the one? I can't get better than a 70 no matter where I go, so we'll go to here. Come on, come on. Finish him. Stupid little gremlins. Okay. We're gonna have to move anyways. Hopefully we can just do the rest of the fight from there. And a ditto. I never saw it. Did she try to do a charm and somebody resisted it, or did she not use her charm ability? You know what? You're probably going to draw the fire. Let's put you in cover. And turn this way, please. Turn. What's your problem? Turn. Turn. Come on, buddy. There you go. I don't know if that was me or the game. Alright. That'll give him the best chance of surviving. I highly doubt he will. We'll even give him some cover here. Alright. We have our Hex Pact back. That'll be so much better when we get a few more skill points in that. Once we have it where it lowers their status resistance, will be really nice. They won't be able to resist the bleeds. Bleeding applies at end of turn. Yes, it does, unfortunately, Droog. All the damage over times in this game. I actually don't like that. I really think the damage over time should take place at the beginning of your turn. Just because of the way that adding damage over times works in games. Alright. Well, I lost something I didn't want to lose, but considering how hard that fight was, I guess we're going to call that okay. I forgot that they got the buff for that. A Pegasus mount? That's a funny way to say flying bat. Take it. Alright, go see what this is. Alright. Hail, Elder Sire Dalthorn. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Empress Emika John. Many god here make war. I aim to make peace. Negative 195. Threat level uneasy. Inherent dislike. Alright, we will probably never be friends. Goodbye. Alright, so we spotted you over here. Oh! It's literally right there. This is absolute ass terrain. I guess... Oh no, those aren't secret ruins. I thought those were the ruins that you could build research on. I think we are just committed, though, that we're building a town here, and I guess we'll just have to go to war and destroy that one. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Okay, so either of these. I mean, we have Pantheon Shrine. It's a silver. Not impressive. I think we just build right here. Yeah, give me an outpost. Outpost. Okay. Yep. They're already gonna hate us, so just make the hate real. Okay, and these guys are out of move. Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. Alright, the food did give us enough to continue here. We have everything we need for unlocks. Let's go ahead and get a mine in here. The Shadowland is expanding nicely. Okay, workshop done. We're working on a scout. We're working on the stonemason. Not much to say about that. Okay, here. Okay, where is the... Yeah, this one. I want to get the hex-seeking bolts, and then I want to work towards... Blood Drain abilities now have a chance of inflicting dominated instead of mind controlled, which lasts until the end of combat. So we lower the resist, and then we go for grabbing that, I think is the play. Blood Drain abilities have a 60% chance of doing stun? Sure. Man, we've not gotten very lucky on the loot either. Okay, spell ready to cast. Okay, we don't have the mana to do Flesh Carved Runes. I don't want another Call Militia at the moment. Meeting Misled River Court. It's unfortunate we meet like this, Elder Sire Dalthorn, but it seems war between us is inevitable. We, the people of Riven Court, will fight for what is good, and for a brighter future. A future without you. Inspect the bigoted river court. What, just because I'm a vampire? Just because I'm a vampire, you're like that, huh? Wow. Wow. You know? What did we ever do to you? We may just try to rush them. I don't know. Get this city up first so I can heal. I wish I had my scout here. You can't go... Despite the fact that we're flying, we still need to be able to have water travel to fly over the water for some weird reason. Alright, next. Again, man, we just got free loot all over the place that I can't pick up. It's killing me. Alright, keep flying. Okay, another camp. Yeah, this is another thing. We need to get back over here and clear out these camps before they get too active. That was a big mistake we made in one of the streams. Alright, we are going to fly down this coast. I really do want to get some eyes over there. Alright, I think... I don't want to go clear this because it would just clear it for them. Brewer ogres, that's a pretty doable one, though. I think we just attack them. Peaceful babble, forced to defend himself from the evil apes. 20 units, right. I guess just chill. Oh, I hate that. I hate wasting turns like that. Alright, next scout. Yep, go off this direction. Do I want another scout? Yeah, we'll get to a point where we start losing scouts. That'll probably be the last one if we don't lose anybody. Alright, chill. I'm not particularly impressed with our start here, if I'm being honest. Alright, outpost is up. I think we just immediately go up to court. Alright, if nothing else, now that we're in our own territory, we can at least heal better. Where's my scout? Get on down here. I need to see if I can see their army before I declare blindly. Alright. I guess I'm glad I didn't go to war with this other one. Alright, give me... well... yeah, notice how he is, like, not healing because he's in the sunlight. Ouch. I don't want you, though. I don't want to chance him getting caught if I mess this up. Where is your army? 3? Is that literally it? That is you, I believe. They've got to have another 6 stack, right? There's no way that's actually it. Also, please don't run out and attack him. Alright, I think you get automated at this point. Yep, outpost was founded. Duke Orpal Nizka of the Free City of Bridgedale approaches with fanfare. We, the people of Bridgedale, greet you, O Elder Sire Davthorn. You will find here a place of honor, glory, devotion to chivalry. We anticipate that either peace will be achieved between us because of values we share, or we will engage in glorious combat that bards will sing of for ages to come. Give one of your stones. Okay, yep. I don't have any extras.
Free city. Now that you have established contact,
interesting that that's popping up now after multiple free cities. Lots of free cities. Holy moly. I normally play with low pop realms, so I'm not used to having this many people. Okay, yeah, you're good to go. Go. Good morning from the UK. DLC worth it? I think so. I have quite liked what I've seen so far. I did not have time to pre-test anything today, though, so a little bit raw here. All right, please don't kill him. It's gonna make me very sad if you do. Oh, another one. So, your Elder Sire Davthorn of the Rose Court. I'm not impressed. tread carefully before I decide your realm is actually worth conquering. All right, and you hate me even more than everyone else has. Man, what is with this? What is with this? Threat level threatened. Dislike. Just met. All right, goodbye. Just literally everyone hating on me. Okay, can I actually end my turn now? That's like 3 times I've hit end turn on that. Yes. All right, I think we're going for it. The question is, do we wait one more turn of healing? And I think the answer is no, because we're gonna need to waddle closer. Imagine not flying. Oh man, that must suck. You can't do it now. I'm gonna pop him out and get the baddie boy in there. At least I can walk right up to the front door before I declare. It's not a surprise attack, it's strategic friend making. We just don't want him to, you know that we're throwing a surprise party. Alright, we're gonna get this guy running off this way. Okay, I think I'm done with units, or we would get another defender. We did lose a defender. Let's get a defender. These low tier things are kind of whatever. Okay, blood drinking blades is ready. Sanguine focus. Yes, please. That's our actual enchant that does stuff I want. Okay, so you are also... Man, this is a hard choice. Go for the extra world map healing, which would help a lot strategically, or go for blood drinking blades, which would help a lot tactically. I think we're gonna go blood drinking blades first. Okay, yeah, and you are coming down the shore, hoping to see his armies. Okay, well he has one. I don't know if they get freed when I attack. I don't think they do. Alright, prepare for waddling. Alright, and you... cut a little more to the left. Go around. I see a lighthouse over here. Watchtower. Okay. Guess you could be one closer. Done. Done. New empire. Okay. We could grab the seafaring, which would be nice. Destroying infestation or conquering a free city gains a stacking 300 with all. I mean, we're gonna do this right now. That wouldn't be terrible. Get a free unit. Yeah, those are always garbage. Ironically enough, we're gonna take pacification. Stop resisting. I'm here to save you. Don't care about that bounty at the moment. Okay, we did get to better relations with our local guy. You think befriending Devlin will help you secure path to victory? Yes, I do. Strike while the blood is hot. That's right. Hot-blooded vampires in your area. It would offset the sun. I don't think it actually offsets for him, because doesn't his trait say you just don't heal? Cannot regenerate on world map. So, no, it doesn't actually help for him. We could pop underground. That would be one way we could ease it a little bit. Okay, so we got to be a little careful. Go to here. And then I want everyone except for that one stinky guy. Actually, it should probably be an archer. Waddle to there. Then you get in that group. There we go. God, I wish we still had that shield unit. Okay, still building. Yeah, you're as close as you're gonna be. Obviously, you go around. No, auto. I just want to make sure that these guys get far enough apart that they don't start autoing next to each other. You can auto. You... Okay, I feel like this is the end of the continent, so I'm just going to let you go wherever you want. Alright, we finished the stonemason, So now we have a lot of production. We can annex another. We still have not got our research post cleared. How horrible is that? Okay, good timing, good timing. We'll have that up for the siege battle, hopefully. We have 110 left, not enough for flesh-carved runes. Alright, we have not enough movement because humans suck. Good. I want to get this under siege before they have time to produce a unit. And if we leave the stinker humans behind and just fly out this way. Start siege. You're about to start a siege. In order to attack the city, you must first do it. Yes. Add siege project. Okay, we don't have anything special yet. We could do a raid party. When the walls are breached, we gain gold. Undermine the walls, maybe. This one hurts us. We definitely do not want that. Ringers, maybe. Harass, yes, for sure. All right, let's undermine the walls. That's kind of expensive, but we don't have good units, and we don't want to be stuck in a siege battle forever. All right. Go team. We really, 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 really... I don't like that you just showed up. I don't like that you just showed up at all. Nor you, lost soul. Alright, well, we have a new town. We also need a hero. I'm surprised it hasn't started nagging me about that yet. Alright, pretty important for this faction that we actually get our heroes on time. So we're pretty much committed to getting somebody in here. So somebody's getting picked. Okay, Lawbringer. Fear infestation. That's not terrible. She's a ritualist. Ritualist does healing. That's not terrible for our faction. Industrious. That's fine. Okay. That's a fine. An elementalist. Nautical governor. This is kind of a coastal city. That might be okay. So Ritualist maybe, Elementalist maybe. I think Ritualist is better as a class for us, but I don't mind the Nautical Governor. Prospecting Governor, not happening. Okay, were you guys also Rose Court? It is important that we get Rose Court people, so we're not taking the mole people. Arcane Governor, I don't think you're gonna do anything. Elementalist is Spellblade. Okay, I think it's going to be one of these first two. What do you guys think? Do we go Elementalist, who's a Nautical Governor, or do we go Ritualist, who is an Industrious Governor? We can pop quarries in the water too, so that's not terrible. Yeah, that's not terrible. Both of them are Lawbringers, so there's no difference there. The food plays in a little bit more with our strategy because we are kind of going a food strat. Takes longer to pillage. That could be useful. Coast and underground gives mana. I am leaning towards Elementalist first for myself, but if anyone has an opinion, I'll take advisement. Good thing about Elementalists. Yeah, I mean, they are the magic damage class, whereas the Ritualist is a little bit more of the buffing and healing. That would go nicely with some of our higher tier units, like we get some heavy knights and whatnot. Okay, I'm gonna give you like 10 more seconds while I drink my tea. It's always so hard for me to know how far behind people are. I know from myself to myself. So if I watch myself on YouTube while we're live on my YouTube like status area, I'm generally 5 to 10 seconds behind. So from me seeing myself 10 seconds ago, but that's about as ideal as you could possibly be. And that's me making sure that I'm actually live and I haven't fallen behind. Okay, I didn't see any other opinions. I think I am going to stick with my initial thought. Oh, and then Droog with the last second with the Ritualist. I think Ritualist is just better for what we're going to try to do. All right, you're in Ritualist. Embrace. That's right, we're going to turn into a vampire. So you have defensive formations. That's fine. And foraging training. Oh, look at that. More world map healing. Okay, that actually works out kind of nice. Embrace. Oh, cool. A special recruit screen. Hero embraced vampirism. Nice. Okay, I honestly was not expecting a special recruitment screen. It's the little details. All right, but adjust appearance. All right, we will. I think for this one, in celebration of Michael getting bruh the gifted sub, this will be Duke, Michael. I wish they had a title here. Duke Michael, I'm gonna do it this way. The Generous. There we go. So it is Duke. Oh, he's got his burlap sack on. And a nice beard. There's some Rasputin looking thing going there. I actually think that's pretty good looking. You're in. All right, Michael. Thank you very much for supporting the channel and making Bruh's dreams come true. All right, he has 2 levels. Okay, so Ritualist are ranged people, so we are probably going to want Siphon Blood. I don't think we start with that necessarily. Okay, so a range 4 heal. Heals for more 2-turn cooldown. Okay, that's an AoE heal. I do like the AoE heal, I won't lie. Friendly units gain. So we could take the AoE one and give them regen. We could take the AoE one and give them strengthened. I like that idea. That heads towards decompose. Destroy the corpse and create a flora obstacle. Gain. Okay, that's kind of cool. I'm always like torn between power gaming and like role playing a little bit in this game. So sometimes I know I don't pick the most useful things. I like the idea of like he has power over like rose vines and stuff. It fits with our theme. Okay, we will get some of this. These can be really good too though. Not the sharp flora so much, but getting the summons because they are such good distractions. Okay, protective. No, I think we are more of a sharpie. Physical damage, chance of bleeding. Chance of bleeding. Okay, so we could immobilize them or we could get the summons. The summons are probably more powerful if I'm being honest, but I also kind of like the idea of the grasping because it's gonna already be doing bleed damage to them. I really kind of like that idea. Again, my problem with wanting to roleplay when I should probably pick power. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Duke of Roses, or I guess Duke of Thorns. Confirm. We can always respec if it's horrible. Unfortunately, he doesn't have a cool Sanguine Orb. We need to be able to craft, and hopefully we can make those. I don't actually know if that's the case. Okay, now, did that make you... How does this work? Because I know that these are going to be houses. Oh, well, there you go. Now we know. House Scarlight Founded. Can I change? I can. Oh, again, it's the little things that I really enjoy in this game. So we can get our own little banner here. All right. We've already used the rose, though. Do we have anything else? My old man eyes. I'm gonna have to lean in a little close here. Do we have anything that looks like thorns? We've already used the rose. Okay, that one's not bad, but that's not really roses. Fiery looking. Scraggly tree. Where's just like my thorns? Okay, here's a different rose. Probably should have used that one as our faction. Do we go also red? I think we do. Oh man, I should have used that as our faction instead of the twin roses. All right, but you're not House Scarlight. You are House Crimson Thorns. Sure. And city name is the House of Thorns. Confirm. We are very on the nose here in our court. Okay, now the thing is, like I mentioned, I need his units to come from his city. That's just the way that this mechanic works. Also, I edited that and then I didn't read any of the help menu. That's gonna be a problem. I don't suppose it's in here. It sure isn't. Can we info that? I don't actually know that. Feudal houses, thank goodness. Again, I really appreciate games that I can look up information without having to leave the game to go to a wiki or Google it or AI search it or something. I wish more games had this. I wish Dominions had an in-game encyclopedia. Can you imagine how useful that would be? Sometimes when you're looking up information for Dominions, the literal only thing is like the backup from a post made in 2007 on a third-party forum, and somebody else has the backup of that forum posted. And that was the last time somebody talked about that mechanic you're looking up. All right, feudal houses. Cities belonging to the player of feudal aristocracy subculture gain associated house. The governor becomes the liege lord of that city, so we gain those bonuses. Units produced in that city gain the city's house, gaining reduced upkeep and increased health regeneration while in that liege's army. Units belonging to the house additionally gain a powerful boost in combat while their liege lord is on the field. These bonuses increase based on the renown. In addition, when the liege lord gains renown, the units gain experience. Okay. Also hiccups, apparently. Units summoned on the strategic map or gained through events join the house of the most powerful nearby friendly army. Alright. Units recruited through Rally of the Lieges gain the house of the city they're recruited to. When the governor is first assigned to a city, you may choose the house name and banner. This can be edited at any time. Again, thank you. Just let me do it any time. So when I misspell something, I can go back and fix it. God, I love how they've done so many quality of life things here. I know I'm gushing, but I forget every time we take a break, and then I come back and I'm just like, oh, it's so good. There's so many good things here. Okay. Weirdly enough, though, I wish I could clear things with him over here, but I'm going to need to run over there to get all of his units anyways, so he's just going to have to run. All right, we are definitely poor. I was going to say something else, but we are definitely poor. I think we're starting with the workshop, though. I could go unqueue some of the, like, bajillion buildings I have queued. Okay, we can at least do a defender. All right, well, I guess I don't... I was going to say I could dequeue. You have to pay for things you queue when you queue them. And if I take them off here, I get my money back. So, just word for the wise on that one. Yeah, I really wish we had used that other Rose picture for our main one. I missed it when I was looking. That's okay. Okay, we besieging. I don't see his other 5 units moving, which is very good. Okay, you actually aren't even going to just stop there because this is backcountry. You're going to go all the way to the siege. Welcome to the army. Join the siege. Okay, you... I mean, there's no need to move closer. You just big chilling here. Actually, we could pillage. What's a sunshine? Give us knowledge? Okay. I mean... Where's the square here? Do I actually have to step on it? Okay, that might be a little too far for me. All right, just chill here. Okay, we founded our city. Yep. Barbie doll time. Yeah, I won't lie, I like making my character look cool. When I make a faction and I don't spend time like customizing it, I always get bored. Doesn't matter what the mechanics are. I find myself a lot more invested if you take a few minutes and think of a little backstory, name your guy, make him look kind of cool. I think that's one of the big strengths of this game, like really big. I also like that we have so many options that you can also kind of like reimagine like your favorite things. Like, I don't know if you've watched any of my other Age of Wonders stuff, but like we did the like Niflheim, Vettenheim. We did a run of those guys. So like we were little ice goblins and we followed a frost giant was our leader. And that was really enjoyable. I mentioned earlier, I really want to do a Scions of Patria faction, which was a faction from, I don't remember if that was from Fall from Heaven or Fall Further, which was the mod. But that was my favorite faction from that mod series. By far. Like, imagine like undead Roman kind of sorta, and you could totally do that with the ancients in this game. It'd be very cool. Bootleg Lich King, yeah, you totally can. And if you beat the game and you save your leader to the Pantheon, you can start with them next time with your major race transformations. So you could have your undead from the beginning as long as you beat the game once and save them. So I think that's really cool. Also, I didn't turn any of that off, so I hope we didn't get any NPCs with anything crazy. I didn't think about that. That can make the game a lot harder. Okay, he is on his way. Nope, that is my scout, not him. I want to see how close he's gonna get. Not bad. Man, imagine not flying everywhere. God, that must suck. Okay, he's not gonna make it to the siege. I don't think. Wait. Oh, yeah. I was producing. I was like, wait a minute. Did I produce that at the wrong town? Yeah, I did get that in the right. Now, we got to be careful here that these end up in the right army. So, just be aware of that. Okay, we are ready to go. I can't imagine we lose this. She's got 2 tier 1 archers, and she is a tier 4 champion. Wait, you're a champion and you're running around with mage stuff? Okay. 50-50. Oh, where did this other hero come from? Okay, well that got a lot sketchier. Alright, we're doing it. It doesn't matter the losses as long as we win. Many of you may die today, but that is a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Awakening garbage, okay. That's gonna give them an extra range. Those archers are gonna be really annoying. Don't you ooh me. Okay, we got a break in the wall here. I think we're gonna rush that with the pikemen. I really like this dichotomy, actually, that we have the human, like, fodder that I'm just like, I really don't care what happens to you. Go charge to the walls. Ours is not to reason why. Ours is to charge for the vampire or die. Something like that. What was it? The last calling of the Nightbringer? A little something tongue-in-cheek there, but this is gonna suck. I really don't want to fly into that. They're gonna absolutely pincushion me if I do. I think we're gonna chill here and let those other guys get a little closer. Range units love shooting flying units. Pro tip. So maybe we don't like zip in there like turn 1. All right, you're the only one in range, so you get got, and then we're done. It's the first charge of the Night Brigade. I don't care if anyone gets that reference, it amuses me. Gentoth says, I agree with the in-game encyclopedia, although I think Illwinter's manual is impressive enough. Why not make it in-game and searchable, though? I'm just saying. It could be in-game and searchable. Shadow Empire also has a good manual, too. In fact, I actually put in a bug report once because I found something wrong with Vic's manual. He had a duplicate paragraph, and he actually fixed it. And it was in the patch notes. Thought that was kind of funny. Yeah, look at that. Oh, that's gonna suck. Yeah, we're gonna have to go the long way around. We can't shoot around this. There is no way I'm walking into the shooting gallery, so we'll fight this guy over here. Okay, so... Fly there. We're looking for a sundered defense. We're looking. We sure are looking. Alright, then fly here. Man, those percentages are not great. Why are you so hard to hit? What do you got going on that makes you so ridiculous? You're light-footed. No, that's not it. Your quick reflexes. That is it. What are the odds that we fight stupid monkeys that are quick reflexed? Stupid monkeys. Alright, we'll fly to there. Okay, we got one bleed off. That's not the most impressive, if I'm being honest. And our only spell requires us to be close, which we are not. The Battle of Bataclava. Yes. Thank you, Droog. Making my old man references. I mean, if you're not reading war poetry, what are you doing with your life? Stupid elusive. Or quick feet or whatever it is. I hate it all. Okay, we do not get first strike? What do you have that gives you first strike? Hang on a second. What do you have that gives you first strike? Charge resistance shouldn't matter. You have first strike. I hate these monkeys. I feel like this faction was custom made to annoy me. They did a really good job. Like, literally has everything that perfectly counters everything I have. I think I'm getting stream sniped by the monkeys. Alright, we'll dodge this, casual. Hit him with your forks. Yeah. More. Maybe our forks are themed after vampire fangs. Give him the long fang. Okay, over here. Okay, you're out of range for drain blood. Probably don't want to waste that yet. I think I'm gonna try to just bum rush this dude and kill him. Can we actually get him down this turn? That wouldn't finish him. Can we do it here? Monkeys! Ah. I swear these were perfectly designed to counter us. My goodness, that is ridiculous. Alright. I think we're okay here, though. That one hero really didn't get a chance to do much. Okay, this is gonna hurt a lot, whatever those archers shoot. Because they're gonna get a full... Yeah, look at that. Oh, boy. Oh, they moved. Oh, but they're gonna finish him off. Well, if I had to pick a unit to die, it actually would be the archers. So... I guess that's that. Okay, you are gonna base him. Go to there, base him. Alright, hit the one that we have a slight chance to actually hurt. Stab him. Alright, at least none of these have melee retaliation, so now it's just a matter of getting my victory here. All right, we can pin the archers pretty handily here. Won't be able to counter your bleed. Yeah, that's true. That's true. 35% chance. Ugh. All right, well, go to here. Take your shot. All right, now I do want to be a little careful in case she pulls off something crazy. I think we're just gonna fly in range and we're gonna nom nom. We have not had an opportunity to use this yet. Okay, we will put that on you. That's the one I'm worried about. Now, does that actually give you everything I think it did? Okay, so until the link is broken, unit suffers each turn. Misfortune, Sunder resistance, Sunder defense. Okay. We should have that up and running here in a second. Alright, then you are going to try your Siphon Blood. It's not going to hit very hard this time around. Alright, 7 HP is 7 HP. That was not super impressive. Everything according to plan. Archers are superfluous. Yeah, imagine not riding a bat while you shoot your bow. Oof. That's a big oof. She wasted her turn removing Misfortune. But then walked over and slapped my vampire. This monkey's got spunk. I'll give it that. I'll give it that. All right. Can you finish him? Yes. That was nowhere near the damage I was hoping for. How about you? How about you? Okay, that was a little better. That was 27 damage. Oh, shoot. I should have done this guy first for the Sunder defense chance. I gotta remember there is an order of operations here. No, I want to kill this monkey. You don't get out of here for free. Stab! Stab the monkey! And get a shot of a bat butt. Victory. Okay, well, Amulet of True Sight. 10 oh, well, that's not terrible. That might be better than the one we have. We also got a reinforced plate. +1 defense. Sure. Is that better than what we have? 10 casting. It's literally the same, but better. All right. Well, here, I'll tell you what. We will switch those two. And you can have the reinforced plate. Done. All right. Well, because we're imperialist, I want every city to touch the main city. For anyone who doesn't know, pull that up here. What's the easiest way to do this? Rose quartz. Yeah. Imperialist. The Throne City and cities that share a border with the Throne City gain 20 city stability and 20 gold income. So I really, really, really want the borders to touch because we get that big bonus. So this city would never be able to do that. So this city is not going to be ours. We could vassalize them. That would be okay. Or we could raise them. Raising is pretty dang evil. I'm not, like I said, we're like lawful evil. Like we just want like control over our own stuff. We're not out to like really burn the world. I mean, we'll want to rule it at some point. So I think we're going to vassalize this. I'll try to have this city just grab these couple nearby hexes first. All right, you will be my vassal. And we got one unit over here that we got to be a little careful of. You come in close just in case. We're going to just chill here. Well, we'll see what he does. If he doesn't move, then I'm going to fly away. Because we need to go clear our cap circle. This is horrific that we have not done that at this point. All right, you're heading this way. You're building him army. Just chill for a turn. Okay, we produce the hunting grounds. Gives us some food and draft, I believe. Gonna get the library, and then we'll upgrade the city so we can finally get some new units. You know what? Well, I was gonna say let's splurge for one more scout, but you know what? We're gonna have money problems. Let's not. Right, you are heading towards him. Actually, you know what? These humans are so bloody slow, and they have to fight with him. They're actually gonna start heading home. They probably won't even make it through the forest before we're back home with our flyers. All right, we have 2 people in prison. Man, it's a shame we didn't have the, shoot. It's a real shame that we didn't have this. That would have been 300 knowledge we would have just got. No, I couldn't have got it anyways. Okay, road building. That is not road building. Road building would be really useful. We're gonna need a road if we're gonna have any walkers in our realm. That forest is ridiculous. But I can't afford it either way, so. Nothing yet. Okay, we captured the city, or captured the monkeys. We sure did. Rivalry. What is your problem? Just leave me alone. Done. Get out of here, monkey. Into the den of the Razorback. Destroy infestation quest. Do you consider me brave enough to face a Razorback? Asks your hero, Mike Wold the Generous. They are an honorable hunter's prey. Mike Wold does not wait for your reply. He speaks with a glint in his eye. This is not a creature you hunt for its meat, nor will it yield any ichor to apply as poison or medicine. This is a beast you hunt to fight. Mike Wold lowers his voice and his expression turns solemn. To fight to the death. My elder sire, a Razorback, made its nest nearby. Permit me to find the beast and kill it, or be killed. All right, go and get your honor. The Eternal Sages contact you from within the Crystalline Library. Greetings, elder sire Dulthorn. Serverino Phantismal hums. It has been some time since we last communed. As you're aware, we scour the realm for knowledge. We seek to chronicle and preserve all lore held by the cosmos. We surmised you would be interested in aiding our cause. Yeah. Give me a quest, bro. Capture the Spirit Wolves. The Eternal Sages approach you with a quest. We have an interest in the studying and preserving the different species growing on each world they lay out to you. Among the creatures we still aim to collect is the Spirit Wolf. We have learned a spirit wolf in the desert northeast of the House of Thorns. To capture the spirit wolf, we must employ this litherite capsule. It will steal the creature within the crystal, right for our studies. Please don't sue us, Nintendo. I shall return with the spirit wolf. Your claimed province has been captured. Yeah, it has, because I'm going to build a city over there. All right, well, peaceful Babel, having to defend his borders as usual. Nothing unusual here, that's for sure. Here I am, just trying to make friends. Everyone just being mean and rushing my borders. God, that used to annoy the crap out of me in Civilization, where, like, the AI would be like, hey, open your borders, open your borders. Open your borders. I want to see what's behind you. Open your borders. Open your borders. And you'd finally like, fine, just shut up. They'd go over there. They'd found a city in like a 1 square tundra that you didn't own. And then they'd be like, I'm mad because you're close to my borders. Oh, that used to infuriate me. That used to really infuriate me. All right, stinky humans. Oh, Those wolves are nearby. I'll tell you what, we might actually heal up and do that quest before we zoom off. All right, I don't think he's gonna move, so I'm gonna fly because I want to go over here where we can actually heal, because we can't heal here because it's too sunny. We have not invented high SPF sunblock in this world yet. Sanguine Focus. Magic attacks of enchanted unit gain physical damage and they gain bleeding. Life Leeching is the strength buff or some of our generics. I actually want like all the vampire stuff, so we're going to continue with that. We built a library. Cool. Done. A new contender for power within the realm appears before me. Tell me, Elder Sire Thorn, are you the master or a pawn? Do you hate me too? Everyone just hates us. Threat level vigilant. Okay, well, at least he doesn't have any innate. I love that, like, literally the Eldritch Horrors are like the friendliest people. Everyone else is like, I hate you. I hate you're a vampire. I hate you. Oh, you have a city. I hate you. And the Eldritch are like, hey man, what's up? How you doing, man? We're like the outcasts at lunch. You know what? Here's a welcome gift. Thanks for being cool, man. Yeah, you do you. Gonna have the weird kid lunchroom table alliance. That's gonna be us. All right, zoom over here. Okay. Oh, that's right. We're still not gonna be able to heal because I don't have the desecrated chamber. That's gonna have to come up next. Oh man, that I will say that hurts a little bit having to build that early because it doesn't provide anything economically. I'm gonna want that though. Okay, I do see we have some spot. I do gotta grab these early and quick so that this city doesn't do it. I would rather own this because then we can also go down here. Now we could also go underground to heal too, I suppose. Give me that, even though that's not the best. Yes. They don't get a choice. I don't suppose we could rush. No. This is so bad to do. I'm always so tempted by it, but no. Just be patient. Focus crystal acquired. Ooh. Okay, that is nice. Unit gains 10% experience. I didn't really call this out, but one of the things about Feudal is our sword dudes that we have here. When they level up, yeah, promotion Liege Guard. So this will change them into a Liege Guard. I believe, aren't you I thought that was a cav unit, but it says it's a shield unit. I think that's because we are the aristocracy, but we can evolve into a tier 3 unit essentially. But to do that, we need to get all the way up to legend rank. So 1, 2, 3, 4, level 5. We are currently elite, so we are level 3. So hopefully we can keep these guys alive. You know, one other thing I would love in this game, I wish that when your units had shields, I wish they had your civilization emblem on them. That was one of my favorite things in Bannerlord, actually. I had the, oh, what was it? Like a Sisters of Battle angel symbol on my Bannerlord faction. I really enjoyed that. I thought it was really cool. Okay, I'm probably gonna need these guys to help me kill this wolf. Can I even do that? A tier 3? Yeah, I think we can. It's gonna hurt a little bit, but you know, this entire game has hurt a little bit. Okay, so Spirit Wolf, I'm almost certain you're gonna be immune to bleeding if I had to guess. Well, it doesn't say that. Animal. Ethereal. Nope, immune to bleeding. Alright. So, immune. You, okay, so you two might be bleedable. I'm noticing a problem with bleeding. Finally getting through the building queue? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, unfortunately, I do wish I had cleared that western part before we headed over here, but conversely, we managed to take out that civ so early. That feels pretty good. And just making them our vassal will just be just bonus for the rest of the game, essentially. Alright. As usual, this is gonna suck. Oh, hang on. Nope. You are archers. That's not what I meant to do with you. You. Go. And you. I do wish there was a setting that I could click that would be like auto turn towards the nearest enemy. Like if I don't give you an order, just auto turn towards the nearest enemy. All right, do we have anyone in range? We actually don't, weirdly enough. All right. We just have to not lose anybody. That's what matters for this fight. You can take all the damage you want, just... Or if someone's gonna die, it should be the archer. Those poor archers. Okay, I think we go for the engage here. I think we go for the engage, because if I don't, he's gonna be able to run like wherever. Okay, so I could base their mage here. You are gonna base the flyers. We are also going to explode. Okay, well, no matter what, I don't hit everybody. That's fine. I mean, 40 damage is a lot for a level 1 spell. Most level 1 spells are like 15 to 20, I want to say. I feel like that's pretty good. All right, then you guys... All right. Thank you for your sacrifice is all I have to say on that one. Guard. I kind of want to 2v1 this guy, but I also kind of just want to hit the birds. Let's go hit the birds. All right. You take the hit. Do remember that we are not undead, so this spirit damage isn't particularly good or bad against us yet. At some point we will be undead, and then that will matter. Womp womp. Okay, this feels like a good spot because we wouldn't have to move. He's probably going to get blasted though, so giving him the extra defense is probably best. And in position to heal. Again, I should have moved him first before we did that attack. Alright, and dear leader... again, also just a pretty safe spot. Alright, let's hit... I'm very concerned about that tier 3. Let's hit him with the big debuff. And we are actually down a little bit of HP, so I will... Oh, he doesn't have any blood! Gar! Alright, we'll suck his blood. Is turning into elemental major race transformation going to be the new meta? Feel like it should be. Alright, we're going to try to kill the mages. They're going to run away, so hopefully they'll take another attack of opportunity from us. Okay, I'm fine with that. I'm less fine with that. I'm a lot less fine with that. Wait, they are just fine with taking all these attacks, aren't they? Alright, yeah. This isn't too bad. It's him. Him and the battle mage are the two that I'm kind of leery about. These other guys are kind of whatever. Okay, step 1. You cannot kill him, but you could kill him. Okay, kill that. Okay, we could do some decent damage. We can do a lot of damage. Alright, let's do the lot of damage. Getting kills also just can start causing morale, both good for us and bad for the enemy. So getting those secured is always, I think, important. Got that one. Alright, you... Alright, stupid wolf thing. Make me run around. Just gonna have to take the attack. Ow. Alright, then you run up here. Get healed. Alright, then kill him. Kill him now. Alright, well that's 2 attacks of opportunity if he tries to run around and be a fool again. Alright, you fly and base both of them and hit the mage. Yeah, get that little heal. Nice. Yeah, so as long as we're hitting bleeding things, we get that little bit of healing, but it'll add up. Oh, just don't kill him. That's all I ask. Don't kill my one leveled up sword guy. Pretty please. Okay, ooh, get some high morale. All right, just finish him from safety. Yeah, get out of here. Okay, we killed the mages. All right, so we just need to hunt that thing down. I don't think that they can do enough damage to actually kill this guy, so I'm gonna be a little brazen here. All right, and dear leader. Get at least one attack off. Just run. Man, what are the odds that so many things that we have had to fight have been immune to our bleed? That makes me very leery. That used to be a huge problem with, I think it was spirit damage. Like everything was just randomly resistant to spirit damage. Then they rebalanced it and it's a lot better. But then they added a whole bunch of ways to get spirit resistance. So now spirit's kind of bad. Bad again, I should say. Okay, come on, just run, man. Just run. You know you want to. You're at the edge of the map. Your morale's wavering. I hex you. Alright, we fly to here. We still get 2 hits. This is just a support unit, so I'm not too worried about it getting any kills. Alright, let's tag out. Despite saying that, I'm gonna fly my... I don't know if this is the experienced one or not. Are you the experienced one? No, that's the experienced one. But either way, I don't want that to die. It just built you. Alright, we're not taking pot shots into our back. I'm shocked that this guy has not retreated. You gonna do it this turn, buddy? There you go. No? Yes. Okay. Victory. Yes, yes. Give me extra XP because I'm far behind where I should be. You've encapsulated the spirit wolf within a large litherite crystal. The eternal sages have already spied your triumph. Contact you from afar. You've done well, Elder Sire, their emissary speaks to you. At last, we can satiate our curiosity and learn what there is to know about the spirit wolf. The eternal sages are eager to save the spirit wolf. Will you complete your quest and return it? So if we don't, we could tame it, which would give me a spirit wolf. Wholly not worth it. We will turn it in for the allegiance. Also, I still don't have 300 mana to buy that item, which makes me very sad. Okay, we've used up all of our movement. Our leader has leveled. Like I said, we are going to zip over here towards this. So, blood drain abilities have a chance of stunning, which we have not procced yet. Oh, which we will unlock now. That's why we have not procced that yet. Blood drain have a chance of doing mind controlled instead of stun. Blood drain abilities have a chance of doing dominated instead of mind control. Yes. Yes, yes. Also looking pretty fly, I will say. Got that $15 DLC cosmetic look here. Okay, well, we can't do the item I want to buy. We are ready for one of these. Okay, this would be battle mages and support units. We only have one of those in our army right now. This one would make everyone heal faster and ignore some stats resist for bleed. So yes, we're gonna carve some runes on our flesh. All right, River Court is now my subject here. I don't have a spare Whispering Stone, so I can't give them one, which kind of sucks. We could buy some draft or some production, but I am poor. Yeah, I am too poor there. once you get that second city, but before you get the gold income buildings, I always run into this like economy crunch, which we are definitely inside of right now. How are you doing? We're at Pact of Cooperation, heading towards Allegiance. Sure. 1 turn till we upgrade, then we'll be able to get tier 2 units. I really think I need to get boats next. We have a whole bunch of booty out here that we could be collecting. A lot of those early sea fights are pretty easy too.
Your throne city has grown large enough for you to construct a vampire's castle.
There you go.
This beacon of your power provides many bonuses, including valuable Imperium.
Maybe it would have been better to try to rush that. So let's see what that actually unlocks. So this is replacing the normal mage tower. So it is this. Why can't I afford it? I don't have enough mana to build it. All right. So yeah, unlocks thralls. Okay, here it is. I was looking for this earlier. This is where we unlock them. Wait, whenever he moves his hand, that keeps catching my eye. I keep thinking there's somebody walking behind him. I'm like, what the heck? I keep like turning it over to look at that. Anyways, clairvoyance ritual. If you do soul things, we can do extra soul things. I don't think we're gonna go the undead route. We're more like the vampire rulers, not the undead necro types. Will give us vampire chambers. Allows the summoning, that's whatever. Blood transfer ritual. Heals vampires for 50% of their maximum HP points. Yep. That's how we get around Sun, is blood transfer ritual. Yep. All right, but we poor. We're also at neutral, so we really could use that tavern. I'm also poor, so I really could use that vendor. Tavern and then vendor, and then we'll come back to this. Also, it looks like we can do it. Okay, I did mention we are poor. I could grab this. I was kind of leaving this for them, but you know what? I'll take that. Where are we on our renown? Have we made any progress? Some. So we gain, right, we're not making progress because we don't have positive stability. I should have taken better care of that. I should have been more careful with that. It's slow but free ambition here. Yeah, we definitely want to get this done too. All right, orders. All right, you can do whatever. You are waddling. You are waddling your way home. You are gonna not waddle. You're gonna go quickly home. Okay, you have 1 shield unit. Okay, cool. Get yourself a second one. Boy, this is gonna take forever. This is gonna take forever. Okay, we're not gonna build that next. We're gonna get some food in here. Get some food up in this. Yeah, because that is no bueno. Okay, we need a farm. We have a forester. Okay. The next one in 3 turns. Hopefully I will remember to get a farm. Although I think we only have a hut here. So that's going to be kind of crap. Maybe we'll have to just grab this and we'll let the minor city take that if they take it. It's kind of whatever. All right. Rite of life leeching is done. Next. Okay. First choice. I think, like I mentioned, that we're actually going to go rock. This is one that most people really don't like. It's not terrible though. The gargoyle is a shock unit, which we don't currently have any unlocked. So if we wanted a shock unit, gargoyles are pretty solid. No gargoyle pun intended. Rock Blast isn't the worst because you can use this to cancel defense mode and remove retaliation. That can be really handy. Stone Skin, I'll admit that one's kind of iffy. It's just a bunch of defense, but that can be handy too, depending. But this is the big one. Makes melee and physical ranged attacks of the enchanted unit, which is everyone that's not a support unit or a mage, do 1 extra physical damage and a 60% chance to bleed. So that'll give us 2 60% chances to bleed on melee hit, assuming that's how those stack. I actually, like I said, I didn't get to test this. So hopefully that's how that works. We also get the central quarry, which I don't hate. I'm a big fan of production. That also reminds me we still haven't built our other special one. If we didn't get this, what would we get? I guess would be the question. Some definitely wouldn't be alchemy. Discipline could be kind of interesting. Our little sword boys would really like what is the one? This empowered strikes. You do an extra physical damage. We have a chance to stun if we do 3 attacks. That could be interesting. Do you get grace? I thought you had grace. No, you're not the grace stuff yet. Maybe that's not as interesting as I thought. Beasts, Evolution doesn't work with them anymore. Our thing isn't called evolution. I don't like that they split those two, but they did. Roots is nice, but not for this build. Zeal could be kind of interesting. Again, I kind of like the idea of like a lawful evil civilization. So like some of the order tomes, I actually don't mind with the idea of oppression, the oppressive aspect of these. Neither one of those really does it for me though. I don't think I want to go necromancy in this one. Tentacle doesn't really have much for us. I suppose Tentacle would give us a tier 2 constrictor instead of our like tier 0 peasants. But they don't fly on bats, so you know. No. Horde? The Houndmaster I do believe would get our bat. He does do a summon of like dogs, but we could, you know, they're wolves or wolf adjacent. That would be kind of cool. Spawnkin, just numerous humans. And 10 evasion for heroes. If we take the vampire flying power, I believe it has 20% evasion. So that would give us 30% evasion. We're probably not taking super growth anyways. I don't hate that. Summon irregulars, Warhounds is a pretty good siege project. So, I think we're all in on the bleeding. Tome of Enchant can be nice too. It makes your melee attacks do sundered defense. If we're going to be focused on doing physical damage anyways, that could be kind of good. But nothing else here really fits. I think we're doing rock. I think we do rock. For those about to rock, we salute you. Well, I'll take your salute. All right, let's do it. Like I said, I never take this one.
Earth. Rock. The very foundation of the world beneath our feet. Embrace it. Harness it. Use its solidity for both protection and pain. Call forth minions of stone and turn your own skin into the hardest rock.
And we get obsidian weapons right off the bat. I mean, that feels like it was meant to be, right? We'll take it. Okay, we got our tier 2. Can I afford it? I can't. God, that hand. Every time. I swear I think somebody's walking behind him and it freaks me out. I don't know why. Dude, stop. Now you're just trolling me. All right, now we can do tier 2. So we can get Aspirant Knights. Okay, so the Aspirant Knights can get a promotion. I see. They can promote up to actual knights. Okay. Okay. We also have a Bannerman, which is our support unit. Now, our main army already has their support unit. And specifically because we're aristocracy, I want to build units for the army of the governor. So I can't build a Bannerman and give it to the other hero, which is what I would normally do. So I think we're going to grab an Aspirant Knight. 4 turns. Yeah, we need to get some draft up here. Yeah. Let me go down and look what we have. We have the Blood Altar. That's per adjacent farm. I don't really have a good spot for that here, unfortunately. At least not yet. We have the Central Quarry. Again, I really don't have the spot for that yet. And we have the Farmstead. God, that would be really good to get down. Counts as a farm. God, our terrain here it's too foresty. I don't think we're messing with any of those at the moment. Unfortunately. It's night time? Yeah, yeah. I got your vampire puns, buddy. Okay, building. Yep, building. So here, yeah, we really want to rush this to tier 2 so we can at least get some knights. Because otherwise we're just going to have 6 shield units. Because I don't want any of the non-flyers, frankly. Signature skill is available for Delve. What do we got? These are apparently pretty good. So we have a Hemomancer. Sustain unblockable damage equal to 10% of your maximum HP. Your next attack this turn deals plus 50% damage. Recover 10 temporary HP when we kill a unit. We have 10 extra upkeep. It unlocks Inspiring Killer and Purging Strike. Night Sworn, Bat Swarm. Adjacent enemy unit sustains damage. Has a 90% chance to go blind. Always hits a target of the Hex Pact. Ignores 3 status resist. Okay, that would be pretty ridiculous. That would basically make the blind probably 100% if I had to guess. Dreadful. Gain 2 Torment until the end of combat. Torment is, yeah, morale damage over time and some frost damage. Gain status vulnerability for 3 turns. Notice it doesn't say chance to gain, you just get it. So -2, yeah, we could really stack up the status vulnerability. I don't hate that at all. Desiccator. Target corpse explodes. And we're not really doing that. Okay. As a warlock, we're not really going to have any big damage spells, so I think Hemomancer is out. Plus 50% damage of 0 is 0. So I think we're either doing Night Sworn or Dreadful. So a Bat Swarm that does blind. Now this is a range 0 though, and again, we really don't want to be in melee particularly. So Dreadful. Dreadful is a ranged ability. We are probably going to take some of the morale tomes. So this would stack in nicely with that. I think we're going to go Dreadful. Yeah. I like the other skills it unlocks is Tyrant. Or gives us Tyrant. Attacks cause 4 morale damage, doubled for single shot. Yeah. Then we could do Soul Draining Strikes. I'm not doing soul stuff, so we don't need that. We could gain Faithful. Faithful means we reduce our unit upkeep. Our unit upkeep is currently 3. Not really worth it at the moment. Attackers have a 60% chance to gain Remorse. Remorse is pretty nice. Again, you lose 2 morale at the end of the turn. That'd be fine. It's a dreadful choice. It was pretty dreadful, but we got there in the end. I don't know if we take this right now. It's not even going to save me a single gold. I prefer not to be getting hit, so hopefully we would not need that. Yeah, I think we're just going to continue with the mind control plan. Mind control is so powerful in this game. Slippery Ring of Camouflage. Gives us Slip Away. When this unit's hit points are reduced to 0, it's displaced 3 hexes and heals 15. Beautiful. We also have a vampire ability that does the same thing, but nice that we have that already. Cool. A bounty has been posted. Small Monster Den. I think, yeah, we have a quest to go there with him. So, yeah, we will do that if we get a chance. Pact of Loyalty. Cool. Okay, more bounty stuff. Whatever. You think befriending Devlin will help you secure a path to victory? I do. Stop being mean, lady. Literally, this is Dolph's high school bully, apparently. It's the midget lady with attitude. We've been keeping track of your capability. You are the most pathetic ruler, and that is how it should be. Am I the most pathetic? I am not. Jerk. Gaslighting me. Wow. I really don't like that lady. I don't like her at all. Yeah. Wow. Stop bullying me. Perfect item. Yeah, it does fit in right nicely, doesn't it? Slip Away is very... Oh, wow. Already... Oh, did somebody else clear it? Somebody else just cleared that. We were literally just looking at it. Well, that's super annoying. If nothing else, I wanted the XP. That also means he didn't get to do his quest. I don't like that at all. Also, really wish I had road building here. Can I still not get that? Sure can't. Would have been a great opportunity to build those roads. I'm really curious if we can see who that is. Let's fly to here. No sight on there. Now we get knowledge extraction. Again, we missed out on 300 research. Just for reference, we only make 83 right now. Well, we make 87 right now. That is one of the best tier 1 abilities in my opinion. At least we got the destroying an infestation or a free city gives us 300 relations. So at least we got some use out of that. All right, we'll take it. Better late than never. You've been denounced. Of course I have. And a new bounty. I'm not in love with the bounty system. Maybe I've just never engaged with it well enough. Greetings. Okay, we got another giant. Yeah, see what I mean about the giants? Even though I put them all on minimum, it's a minimum of each of the 4 types. I wish it was number of giants and then within that setting, which types. Also, again, actually really friendly. We'll send you a welcome gift. Hello, Tsunami Stormbringer. Are you one of the ones I made? You look vaguely familiar. That may be something I made. Erudite Sage, that does sound right. Stormcallers. I think that might be one of the ones I made. I didn't go change those settings when we made the map, so it could be. I don't think we have much to say to each other. I'm just glad that we don't hate each other. Alright, try to intern yet again. I can't believe she rushed a site right next to my capital. Okay, continue on. Yeah, you get out of those woods as soon as you can, buddy. Do we want to... I don't think we can take that with just the 4 guys. I really don't want a chance losing my people who can actually level up. We still don't have... Oh, we do... We do finally have road building. I'm really torn because I also really want seafaring and I also really want to drop our next city. I think we just hold off for the next city. It's really important we get that out. It was supposed to be down here, but now I don't know if that can happen. It may need to be up here. Guess we could drop it right in this area. Either way, I desperately need to get this cleared out first. So head over there. Produce the workshop. Okay, we are getting the hunting grounds because we need food. Need food badly. 1 turn until we get an expand. Requires 3 to unlock and 5 for boost, so we're not really ready for that. Surf Quarters is actually looking kind of tempting. I think we're going to queue that. Alright, let's carve those flesh runes. Do you look cool? Literally pulled her hood down. Okay. Say, did you pull your hood down so I couldn't see? I can't... I guess there's maybe something on her arm right there. I can't really see those ones. Rivalry was declared. Oh, what? I thought we were cool. Man. This is why no one sits with you at lunch. Peaceful babble, as usual. Okay, well that's who just cleared that infestation out. Who are you again? Okay, you also don't like me relatively much. Imricra, so that's you. We have peace. Okay, we have peace. That's about all I can say. I think she's underground. Okay, we can get things in. Does this count? Does a hut count as a farm? That's the question. And I guess I don't even need the farm right now because what we're building both need foresters. So I could just grab the forester. Yeah. I just want to make sure we get the land cut off so that they don't grow past me. And most of this sea is going to have to grow out this way. Or maybe underground. Alright. Well, now you finally will get out of the woods next turn. You... Still not going to be able to make it over here. Can we just do you with what we have? Maybe, and yes. Okay, I don't think we're going to wait for the humies. We're going to go fight that. Of course. Alright, we're just going to let him go. Like I said, we're not trying to be evil, so we'll stay more on neutral lane. Some mana and an inspiring signet of escaping. Another slip away. An inspiring killer. Ooh. You know what? Switch your ring out. We'll take inspiring killer. Sure. Close. And then we should probably give that other item to him. Okay. We can't do that because it's moving right now, but we can give him that one. Okay. Building the next unit. Yup. Okay, we finished the tavern. Now we're happy, and we'd like to stay happy. So we are at plus, what? 15. So 3 more pop and we'll still be happy. Vendor dropping down. Okay, Arcane Institute would be really important. Vampire Found. Let's get the foundation down. That way I have the spell that we can heal ourselves if we need it. And get the thrall thing started. Look at that. We went from neutral to good. We're good boy vampires. Meeting Spiritual Green Rock. You and I are not the same, Elder Sire, decides the Elder. But that does not mean that there cannot be peace between the reptilian wild spirits and the Rose Court. Once our tribes work together, we will achieve great things. Our ancestral spirit, the glacial mammoth, will smile down upon us. Man, this is giving me late Age Atlantis vibes, where it's like cold-blooded lizards suffering in the cold with their glacial mammoth god. Sure. Alright, he's way up there. That's totally fine. Alright, you. I am so sketchy about 2 battle mages. I really do not want to lose a unit. 302. We are about 100. Okay, either way, I can't do it this turn, so move to there and we'll think about it. Location's been revealed within the mist. We found a healing wand. Yep, we'll take it. It's all my scouts. So one problem with automating scouts, they're finding all kinds of stuff and giving me all kinds of stuff that I'm not necessarily noticing. Okay, he's ready to go. Come on in. Okay, now I feel a lot better about this fight. He still has 18 movement left. Where have you been all my game? And of course. A lesser noble and their retinue almost failed to notice you. So intent are they on stalking something within the silver-tongued fruit. Evoker approaches you and speaks in hushed tones. Well met, we believe that we've cornered a most glorious beast here. A most elusive golden werevin. I must ask you to leave and allow us what is surely a delightful kill for Bridgedale. Evoker watches Dalvin patiently. Well, what's it going to be? I'm here to conclude our hunt. All right, we could leave. No. We tell him to leave and we give him some food. We can just fight him. We're just going to fight him. I want the XP. Sorry, friend. It's the swarm. And For the Liege has procced. I want to see what that's like when we get higher renown. I hope it just keeps stacking more and more HP, because that would be really useful for our units. Okay, just zoom forward. Alright, we have All right, you're gonna go for a bit of a flank. Something will probably come over and engage him. Hopefully not. All right. There. Who can we reach? We can reach whatever we want. Probably should just put it on the most annoying unit. And done. Yes. What do we have going on here? Each 2 turns, one attacking unit has a chance to be suffering from distracted. Okay. Okay, am I crazy or does that feel like he fired really far there? Alright, well that was painful. Okay, so we could do the dread thing. I don't think we need that right now. I will take the siphon blood. Alright, can we get the stun? Can our brother get a stun? It was a mind control and he resisted it. So no. No, he cannot. Alright, you fly here and heal him. Nice big heal. I do like the Bannerman. I much prefer a very nice big heal over a little AoE heal as a support unit. Alright, you can, yeah, might as well just engage. Give me them bleeds. That was not a bleed. That was not a bleed. Not even trying. Not even trying. Okay, you... I don't want to let these things just run around, but he's probably going to stun me when I engage. I think we're just going to whittle this guy down. Yeah, now he's a lot less dangerous. Alright, and kind of ditto here. We're going to run all the way to there. This is a charge unit, so we get bonus damage for distance traveled. And then going... Okay. Alright, that was good. I was going to say, wait, did just one of you poke? That did not feel very satisfying. I'm going to zoom on that. I think those guys look pretty cool. Like the little, like, blood dripping on the spears. Yeah, and I don't think we need a spell here. We have not increased our mana income at all, and we're falling behind. Okay, did he blow up his own unit with that? Am I crazy? Oh no, you did it. Okay. Those are all the little units. Please don't kill my guy. Oh no! Ah! Ah! Shoot. I hope that was not my high XP one. I have not done a very good job keeping those alive. Let's see. Yep, that was definitely the high tier unit. You absolute jerks. You absolute jerks. I did not think that they were going to be able to do that. Yeah, well, it doesn't bring him back. Does it bring him back? Alright. They're not going to be particularly interested in getting into melee either. Go here, just for future proofing. God, that's so disappointing. I did not think they were going to be able to kill him. I didn't count on them doing that big AoE spell. I forgot that those evokers had that. Okay, that was relatively painful too. Yeah, I was right to be worried about this fight. I hate being right. Alright, good damage there. Can you kill this? You can't. Can you kill this? Yes. I gotta be really careful. I really don't want to lose my other unit. Yeah, keep blasting him. Next turn we'll move up and then we'll heal, so we'll move closer this turn. Done. Would be nice to have a castable heal. That is something we're missing at the moment. Oh my. Okay, well, our slip away procced. I did not expect that. Okay, I really underestimated this fight. Holy moly. Alright, well, it is what it is, I suppose. God, that sucks. Oh, that sucks. Heavy crossbow and some food. Totally not worth it. Okay, I mean, we're gonna have to fight that in a minute, but I'm gonna come over here because we need to heal. desperately. All right, let's also, I guess we're building another defender. Yeah, give me a defender next. Yeah, where were you guys when we needed you? You could have died for this. Don't think I didn't notice that you didn't show up to the fight. Okay, made our money building. Got beaten up. Got his next unit. Okay, so 2 defenders. Let me think. A bannerman and 2 knights. That's literally going to be our armies right now. So I can't build the other stuff at the moment. So unfortunately, we're just kind of stuck. Just kind of stuck. Can annex another province. Okay, we will definitely finally get our research post. Or one of them. Very pitiful. I don't want somebody else grabbing that. Also, you were hostile. I did not notice that before. Man, you know, you have a little bit of a condition and the world turns against you. It's just a skin condition, guys. Like, I don't know why you're making such a big deal about it. Okay, we did hook up the Silver Tongue Fruit. Whispering Stones give an extra alliance. That's nice. We should probably try to unlock another Whispering Stone if we can. We're a long ways from that. Have you gone up in renown yet? That also would really help. No. That would really help, actually. Alright. Spells ready to cast. We can finally do our Sanguine Focus. I'm just debating whether we want to do this. I think we don't. I'm not going to be able to afford to do this and then turn around and do Obsidian next turn. I think I'd rather have Obsidian. This is only going to affect 1 unit. This will affect most of our army. We're going to hold off on that for now. Oh, we're back down to neutral. Sag. Who died? We lost our high-level shield guy. The enemy dropped an AoE lightning spell on my entire army, including their friendly. I didn't think they would do that, and it was enough to kill him. If they'd moved and done their normal attack, they wouldn't have killed him. Also, we had to use Slip Away, so good that we had it. We got absolutely schlocked in that fight. Okay, you're gonna go heal, basically. I see you roaming around my border. Don't you think I don't? I don't think we're gonna be able to run over and get that next town started too soon. I'm gonna grab road building. That is really important that I get that. All right, come here. All right, you idiots. Road building. Yep, Mark Policy. Is that not a road building square? Maybe I need to do one out. Nope, it was. I just missed the right icon. Okay, so what we want is we want to build a road to here. And here's another thing that I just like in this game. I like that the roads are just simple. You literally just turn on the button and then you walk and then you build roads. That's it. All right, there. And it's like 3 gold per hex. It's still going to take us like multiple turns to do this, but once we get this done, that's going to make it a lot safer. Conversely, though, there is an argument to be made that we don't put roads down, because at some point, hopefully, we'll be totally flying, and this is just going to give our enemies roads. But I'm not there yet. I think I'm going to do it. All right, obsidian weapons, cool. Oh, finally, the blood cultist came back. We haven't had that forever. Okay, got the food building. We're going for another food building. I am going to queue up the castle. I think we're going to get to 5 before that would proc. So yeah, we'll get the boost by the time we get there. Rainbow clover was also grabbed. Wow, would you look at that? We have all 3 plants already. All right, I guess I was complaining about that earlier, but that's not so bad. So what's that give me? 15 Imperium income. Okay. I forgive the gardeners. I should have known that the Crimson Garden would not disappoint. That is really nice. We got some empire building to do. And if I can ever get my leaders renown up, Each mine grants 2 Imperium, and our capital, I believe, has 3 mines, so that'll be another 6. That is pretty juicy. Pretty juicy. Okay, we're healing. Yep, Hazeberries too. Oh, I guess they were part of that. Yeah. We need to get our forge unlocked. We got a lot of work to do. A friendship with you has been... Okay, we got the awkward, kind of creepy girl. I guess that's fine. We are just getting bullied. This is not a good high school experience for Dolv. Everyone's just picking on him. Okay, negotiation. Okay, the Free City shares 30% of their income. That's why we just got it. Their magic materials just came in. I don't really like... Well, again, I haven't ever really engaged with the Rally of the Lieges. Maybe it's a really good mechanic, but I never seem to do anything with it. Trading costs are default. War coordination is available. That's actually really handy. Cool. Yeah, we want to definitely go all the way to bonded with these guys. In fact, we want to integrate them if we get the chance. I can't do that yet. Yeah, right? I always have to remember how you actually do that. No. No is the answer. I could create a bounty. Well, no, I'm not really interested. Bro has awoken from his coffin slumber. Well, I hope your coffin slumber was good.
You have finished
Shrine and vendor before the town hall. The thing is, Droog, I can't keep making him new units until I get the town hall, and he's useless until he gets more units. I really like how the aristocracy is forcing me to play different, because normally I would agree with you. I would definitely agree with you, but I really need him to be able to get his bannermen and some more units. So, sign of the cleft shield. The shield is the constellation of the Baradir of the Shield Master has broken in twain. Shields and bucklers everywhere spontaneously shatter. Now that their full advantage of shield wielding is lost, defenders are compelled to focus on their attack. It's a formidable sight to behold. They strike harder and deeper, paying less heed to their defensive tactics. The realm's shield bearers, i.e. half my army, now have broken shields, but are poised to thrash your enemies in the front line. We do extra 40% damage and have -4 defense. Oh, ouch. We will not be keeping that. You finished constructing the first floor of your vampire castle. You can now build your first set of rooms and improvements.
Your castle also allows you to start collecting thralls, whom you can sacrifice to cast powerful ritual spells.
Yes, it will. Thank you very much. And yes, my throat is very dry, bro. I'm trying not to take my tea break tonight since I started so late. I do need to... in fact, we're actually over 3 hours, so we probably should be calling it because it's already later than normal. I wanted to make sure that we got started on this today, even though my schedule was messed up. Okay. We are at +10 stability. I am gaining renown for keeping the city stable. So despite other needs... Well, I'm going to build the shrine because we are getting desperate. Despite other needs, we're going to build the bathhouse. No stinky vampires. And then, well, we'll see. Arcane Institute's really important that we get down. We're way behind in research, too. We're just behind in general. As usual, Babel playing too slow. Okay, we have our bannermen. We have 1 knight and 2 shield bearers. I would love another aspiring knight. Could I? I could. That would be most of my gold. I think we're gonna do it because then I could get out and run next turn. All right, we'll wait 1 turn and get 1 turn of building done because I need to heal anyway. Well, hold on. Where can I could move all the way to here. Actually, are you a vampire too? Why is there shade land over there? Did I spread that? Don't think you're a vampire. I think it's probably worth paying the premium to get moving. We can end our turn like right at the edge of our territory. In fact, yeah, right at the edge so we get the full heal. And then we could go attack him. He's got multiple armies hanging around on my border. I really dislike that. Yeah, I think I've talked myself into it. All right, do it. That was pricey. All right, we can't even afford to queue anything else up. But full flying army. That feels good at least. And we will start heading that way. I will say that is a nice advantage. I mean, that is a lot of road independent movement that we can do. All right, you guys. Okay, we have road building on. I don't really want to run through the mountains there, do I? Nope. I don't think so. All right, go to here. Go to here.
Oh.
There. Hello? What are you doing here? I've never seen you in this neighborhood before, Mr. Snake. Alright, whatever. Okay, here we go. We got our thrall meter. 2 turns until next thrall. 71 food per turn. Do we have any thralls? No. So 150. So if we had 75 food production, we could get a thrall every other turn. I wonder if the cost increases. This was the food synergy with vampires. Very, very interested in that. We don't have any... No, we don't have any roll things yet. We did get our obsidian weapons. Let's get those queued. Okay, you move. That's fine. Yep. Tier 1 units gain XP 50% faster. Normally I don't like this, but this could be good for our shield guys. I mean, that is a significant amount of XP. Whispering Stone would be really important for our current strategy. Founding or absorbing cities takes 2 less turns. We are going to go found another city, and I do want to absorb a city. Water traveling would be pretty good too. Let's get the stone first. We already have somebody who needs that. Ooh, to you two. Become my thralls, jerks. A question of heritage. Holding his family heirloom, your hero, Mike Wool DeGeneres, approaches you with formal greetings and proclaims, I am heir of a proud bloodline. One of my ancestors was a shepherd, another one a steward of their renown echoed through time. I grew up defying these values, so I became a lawbringer, but now I'm older and embracing tradition feels like a way to honor my ancestors, to remember who they are. I seek your advice in this matter, my elder sire. So he could become a shepherd. I don't think shepherd's any good for us. That becomes druid. Yeah, we don't want that. He could become a steward. Steward would be fine. That's what our main guy is. This is like guaranteed to happen. It's just slow. It doesn't tell me what you currently are by chance. Lawbringer. He wants to go clear infestations, which we were gonna do, and then it was stolen from us. Maybe we take the steward thing. Like, maybe this is the thing. Slow and steady wins the race, right? XP. Yeah, I think the XP is gonna be the next one I take. I really want that, but I feel like I want to get started here, because the sooner we get started, the sooner we get our freebies. And I want my freebies. Also, their allegiance is really bad, so get that worked on. All right, next. Ooh, get those Shadowlands. I'm really enjoying that too. I like terraforming in games, so that does it for me. Okay, so what do we have here, buddy boy? Just a random mole, hey? That's what they all want you to think. And then you kill my shield guy. And then you kill my shield guy. I'm not gonna chance that. Why don't I engage in the Rally of the Lieges? It never seems to come up when it's relevant for me. So basically you can just pay gold to instantly get units, but they're units that you hire from your Rally of Lieges, which is units that come from your integrated wonders and or vassal type people. And a lot of the times for my builds, I tend to like ones that have lots of racial transformations, so they have to be my race or they don't get the transformation. So if like it was a mole guy, he wouldn't have our rune carves or anything. So it's harder to fit in my opinion. Let's be pretty aggressive here. Everybody flies now, so we don't have to worry about those two-leg limpers that we had to before. I will say, that is really cool to have an all-flying army this early. I don't know if I've ever done that before. I've gotten close, but I don't think I've ever actually had a fully flying army. Alright, I see you, buddy. I want you to know that I see you. Alright, step one, curse you. Curse you. This is the same thing that killed my other guy. Alright, and then you attack first for the big charge. 34 damage, and then you hit him. Stupid astral membrane. Has a chance to stun me each time. Alright, you don't let them slip out that direction. You go here. You actually can't reach where I want you to be. Alright, try to debuff him first. Sunder defense. This is why we do that in the right order. Then you hit him. Cancel his defense mode. Cool. And then you hit him. Wow, look at that. That was a wombo combo. Alright. Oh, and I had another attack over here. No, just kill him. I don't think we get XP from dominated units, so that is one downside of this build. Kind of the reason the rally, because it acts more like an auxiliary. Yeah. And I mean, I know I play this game wrong. If you look at what the meta is, you generally pick one type of unit and you get all the buffs for them. So like if you were gonna do shock units, you'd get all the stuff that buffs shock units. I don't like that. I like armies that are mixed, like a couple shield guys and a charge unit and a mage and a support. So I play that way, even knowing it's not the best, most powerful way. I do wish they would rebalance that a little bit, so you are incentivized to have mixed army comps and not mono comps. All you'd have to do is like give a slight buff for every unique unit type in an army. Like everyone gets 5% more damage for each different unit type, or you know, something like that. It'd have to be enough to overcome the power of mono, though. I don't know. I haven't put that much thought into it, but I do wish that was the case. Okay, that felt pretty good, I won't lie. Heavy Lance of Cleaving. Ooh. Cool, but not what I'm doing. 70 mana, that's pretty cool. Okay, we still have a bajillion move. I can reach this guy, but then I couldn't get back and heal. Alright, we will go right here. Well, actually, I can do this engage. Oh, we won't do it with you. We'll do it with you. No chances. Easy game. Those synergies are starting to accumulate. Yeah. That's another thing I love about this game. You can come up with just cool synergy ideas and actually make them work. Like, this is fine. This is working. Is it the most powerful? Yeah, probably not. But that's okay. It doesn't always have to be the most powerful. Like I said, I kind of like the roleplay in this game. Just make a cool faction that does something, you know, roleplay wise that's interesting to you. I wish I could fly over those barrels. It's a little annoying that I can't. Alright, go there. hit that guy. Resist. What's this? All right, and you. They're all range anyway, so there's no reason not to just go up. All right, I'm gonna hit him with the hex though. I know, 100% chance. -4 morale. Take that. Resist my bleeding. Speaking about mana, did you get 300? No, we haven't even been close. I guess you already did? Nope, nope. We've been spending our mana as we get it on enchants. We need to make things bleed. Although, I really do need to get that, because the sooner we get it, the sooner that we can take advantage of it. Ow. Okay, start us off. Okay, debuff, please. Grrr. Or don't. Okay, give me the old blood bolts. Okay, one bleed. Womp, womp. Okay, fly in here. It's a melee guy, or a caster, so I'm not too concerned about getting into melee. All right, Chargy McCharge face. Go over here and charge into that. Okay, we are getting really lucky that we keep resisting all those astral membranes and not getting stunned by those. Nice. Okay, come in here, get him. Oh, I spoke too soon. That's everybody. I could cast a pretty good spell there, but again, I really don't want to. I'm trying to save that mana. We're at 284, so we might be able to finally buy that finally. All right, charge. Charge. Big no on that. All right, blood bolts, get them. God, that morale is gonna really add up. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Okay, fly up here, get him. There you go. All right, that was okay. Took a little more damage than I would have liked. Got 150 knowledge. Yes, please. Inspiring Ring of True Sight. Okay, another relatively nice ring. And a camouflage signet. Okay, less useful, but some extra production. All right, cool, cool. We even have one extra move. Actually, I'm outside my territory. For some reason, I thought this was in my territory. My territory is over here. So I am actually out. Okay, get out of hostile territory at least, over to that. Blood Cultist. Very nice. We have to figure out who's coming out of my army for this. Okay, now here we're at a little bit of a crapper. I think we've finished... Have we finished all of this? We have. So now we need... I don't remember how many more we need. 2 or 3 more to unlock our next tome. Okay, Earthkin. Okay, this would be okay. It's gonna look kind of dumb on us, but it is an extra defense. The other things are kind of whatever. Hold the line. I just don't care. And I would never summon in a lesser stone spirit. So I think we're gonna take Earthkin. We'll take it. All right. We should have this on before our battles. Oops. Extra physical damage, extra 60% chance to bleed. Obsidian weapons. Very vampiric, I feel. Don't have too much of a look to them, I suppose. Okay, good, good. We are at... Okay, next turn we will have 300 mana. Okay, please don't get in my way. I wonder if that's there for that guy's quest or something. Excuse me, sir. I am building a road here. Okay, that's really annoying. That's really annoying. All right. We made our shrine. We are building the bathhouse. Okay, here we will grab our research outpost. More rainbow clover. Ruler leveled up. All right, here we go. All the way down to our mesmerizing drain. Cool. More items. Wand of healing. Heals friendly unit for 30 temporary hit points. You know what? That's actually not terrible for him. He doesn't really have a lot of support at the moment. Gives him 1 heal. Maybe we could have saved our shield unit. Could have saved him. What else did you want? I don't know what else you wanted. Okay, we're out. Got some remains. Rivalry ended. You're just crazy. Is that what's going on here? A new rivalry started. Oh, new rally. Okay, here's the Rally of the Lieges. Again, I mean, okay, I can build my own. I mean, it can be good, but I just don't need it. Just don't need it. A Sun Priest. I just don't need a Sun Priest, if I'm being honest. We don't need Awakening at all. A Daylight Spear? I just don't need a Daylight Spear. He doesn't even have a bat. Imagine not having a bat. No. I just don't. I just don't. Hydration check. We're gonna buy that item and then we're gonna call it a night. So I'm just gonna live dehydrated, bruh. Okay, asking for another. Yep, I will keep taking. I'm just taking the easy quest just so we can get some early game XP. Retrieving the Horn of Abundance. Sure. Where is it at? Okay, our second hero can go take care of that. Okay. We're actually all healed up too. All right. Let's go carefully see what you're doing. Okay, for 9 units. Nope, is what you're doing. All right, take us into my territory for the better healing. All right, I have a little bit of money. Can I get a blood cultist? Yes. Cool. Orders, did they move? That was such a jerk. All right, keep going. Keep going. And then the road is finished that way. Do we have a road over here? I don't think so. So turn off road building. Head this direction. Oh, we're out of move. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and just build a road to my vassal just in case it becomes relevant. Okay, we queued that up. Hey, we got our first one. Did this go up? That went down. Wasn't the last one 150? Okay. I don't know what to say about that. I swear that was 150 because I said I needed 75 food. I don't know. That's not bad though. Okay, new empire. Okay, we will take the experience now. I just want it. Get those guys leveled up. Okay, next I want Free City, Crystal Dwelling, Trade. Okay, the Litherite scroll. It gives us one of every affinity. For anyone who doesn't know, you need affinity to open tomes once you get past your opening. Like you need a bare minimum amount of each type. Like if you want a chaos tome, you need a certain amount of chaos to get them. In addition, cha-ching. In addition, when you're getting unlocks on here, the amount we are getting is based on the amounts we're getting from here. So by raising these, I will get more on here. Why am I getting +4 on this? No, it's just +1, but it looks funny because there's a star behind it. So we're getting 1 astral because of our scroll. Before we were not getting any. So if you can get this nice and early, like especially for something like astral, like there's a lot of the, like, look at this. Combat spells reduce the cost of other combat spells by 25%. That's really good. Locking and shuffling spells is cheaper. Research structures cost less. I'm way behind in research structures. It would sure be nice to do that. Now, at 1 income, this is 40 turns away. So probably not happening anytime soon, but it's better than 0, right? And this is pretty doable. 15 turns is very doable to get that. So super duper nice. I really like that item. I'm pretty sure I don't need to equip that or anything. I don't think that's that type of item. I think we just own it. Yeah, I think we just own it. So there we go. We own that now. Okay, so that is going to be it for tonight. A little bit of a weird time tonight, just due to weird scheduling. Not something that's normal. Hopefully, well, I'm almost certain that we will be back to our regular time. Lately, I've been a little late just because of the remodel stuff. I had to get home and then like talk to the contractor and clean stuff up and whatnot. I'm like 99% done with that. So hopefully we'll be back to just our regular time. So our next one will be on Friday, and we're going to do our Dominions. And then I'm thinking on Sunday we might try out Where the Wind Meets. We'll see how their launch goes, and we'll see about that. So we'll be pretty cool there. And then right now, I think we're gonna mainline this game on our other stream. So we'll see. We may just continue and try to finish this first before we do Where the Winds Meet. We'll see. Either way, we're gonna try to get this playthrough within a couple streams, so it won't be too long. Damage buff for variety just means they stack a couple units. Well, I mean, it depends how you do it, right? Like if it's 5% for every different unit type, you can only fit so many units in your squad. Extra rings. I do have some extra rings. They all have the same abilities on them though, so it's not really helpful. The army of having a sun priest. Yeah, I feel like they're trying to, I feel like those monkeys are still trying to sabotage me, if I'm being honest here. So 1% improvement is 1% improvement. That is right, bro. That is absolutely right. Okay, I'm going to make our save here. We are going to call this Vampire YouTube Stream. Save. All right. And we will be back maybe Sunday, maybe Monday with this one. We shall see. Yeah, I enjoyed it quite a bit. We had a slow start, but that's nothing unusual for Babel. We got a lot to do here. I'm really liking the Vampire Tome, and I'm really just liking this playthrough. I think this is just cool and thematic. I want to get these other cities down so we can get some more nobles, especially with how slow it's going to be to get these up and running since we have to build our own units there. So a little bit weird on that, but it is what it is. Okay, guys, I hope to see you on Friday for Dominions. Otherwise, I will see you on probably Sunday for whatever it is we end up streaming then. All right, take care. Enjoy your week. Babel out.